Yo! What's up, guys? Welcome back. How are we doing, you beautiful, beautiful people? We're having a good day so far. Are we doing well? Welcome to the stream, Guys, we're back. We're going to play some more Arknights Endfield. I actually had a blast yesterday playing. Knackered though. Well, I'm alright now. We started streaming at like 1 AM and finished at like 7-ish this morning. So, yeah, had a few hours sleep this afternoon. And we're back at it though. Gonna get a little bit in today, and then tomorrow we're gonna grind it, guys. We're gonna grind it to really see what it's all about, you know? To really see what it's all about. Yo, Kieran, thank you very much for the 10 months, my guy. You are a legend, bro. 10 months prime, man. Thank you very much. I don't think the notification works on this scene, but dude, you're a legend. I do appreciate the continued support, my guy. How's things, bro? You all good? I saw Haaland signed a 9.5-year deal with you lot as well, yeah, no? How's things anyway, though, brother? You good? Hey, Zera, welcome to the stream. Hello, hi, hello, hi. Oh, yeah, guys, just a little FYI. I did upload a video today. Just my first impressions of Enfields. Just a little surface video, basically. We haven't gone too deep into anything, which we will do over obviously, the coming days from playing the game. We'll make some content. We'll talk about different systems. We'll go a little bit more in depth into the combat, I think. Maybe talk a little bit more about... I think I'm going to make a video specifically on the gacha system, because a lot of people seem to be confused with that in my video. So we'll talk a little bit more in depth on that as well. And yeah, just you know, just do some more content in the game. But if you haven't checked it out, check it out if you would like to. Shout out to everybody who has watched it as well. But welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're going to get back at it today, guys. We're going to continue on. Because we just scratched the surface, really, yesterday, I think, to be fair. A couple of hours in, we got to the point, we've unlocked our map. Obviously, the gacha system's there. We started doing some pulling. We've started, like, the basics of the base building as well. And getting into some of the combats. I like it, though. I do like it. It's very different. Very different. I said multiple times, the combat definitely feels a little bit more like an MMO in regards to the combat. A lot more proactive rather than reactive as well, if that makes sense. Rather than it being all about reacting in a game like ZCZ or Wua, and you know, about your squad rotation so much. It's more about like using your skills. Obviously, there is definitely that to it as well, but it's more about like using your skills a little bit more conservatively, in a smart, strategic way, I'd say. which I quite like about it, actually. It's different. I do think there's going to be a lot of people who come from Wuthering Waves are going to come over this and be like, I don't like this. But, you know, it's a different kind of game, which is not trying to be like Woo or ZZZ, which, for me, I'm a big fan of that, actually. A big fan of that. How's everybody doing, guys? You made it to the weekend, man. Congratulations. Another week out the way. The weekend is upon us. Hopefully, you know, you have a good weekend as well. You got anything planned, lads, ladies? You doing anything nice, or is it just going to be a chilling game kind of weekend? Because for me, I think it's going to be that. I might go out for a couple of drinksy rolls tomorrow. But, yeah, man, we're gonna be doing some gaming. We're gonna be doing some gaming over the weekend. We're gonna be bashing Arknights, of course. We've got plenty to do in Wuthering Waves as well. And, Zenly Zone Zero, PG up. We got so much to be doing at the minute, guys. So much to be doing. A couple of videos I want to check out as well today. I do want to check out a video from Marco Meatball. Wuthering Waves is defying the gacha stereotype. It's funny that, because I actually saw this video earlier. I watched like 30 seconds of it, and I was like, you know what? We'll watch that later on stream. And then I looked in Discord, and Kathy had shared it in Discord as well. And then there was a couple of videos from Kaza I wanted to check out as well and see what people are saying. I haven't really seen many people posting like their first impressions yet of Enfield. I'm curious to see what people's vibe is with the game. To be fair, I haven't really seen much at the moment yet. Be interested to see what people's viewpoints are. Yo, Jamie, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream, man. You good? Welcome. How we doing? I might watch this video actually as well. I think not much streamers got into it overall. Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't seen that many people. I saw like some of the player base complaining that it's all just CCs who are getting in. I don't think that's quite the case. I think a lot of it's been based on people's systems, if I'm honest. I think they really want to get an idea of how the game's running on particular rigs. I think that's one of the reasons why I got in, because my PC being a bit more higher end. I think they're trying to get a little bit of a gradient, shall we say, of a range of different systems more than anything. Alright, let's get things started then. Let's get it. So yeah, man, I was knackered this morning. You know when you get to that point where, like, 'cause I think I was up for like 25, no, probably more like 28 hours. I ain't done that for a while. You know when you get to that point where, like, you become more than tired and you feel like you just, like, I felt like I had, like, eyes the size of saucers when I went to bed this morning. I'm feeling better now. I had a good sleep this afternoon. Not too bad, just playing a little Valorant. Okay, how is it on console, man? I always feel like that's a game that I feel like shit on console, personally. Yo, what's up, Berry? This game seems to be one step closer to me getting gacha Stardew. Yeah, definitely leaning into the like the satisfactory factorium kind of vibe with the almost a survival crafting element to the game, hasn't it? Which I do like. I'm just curious to see how I guess the word I'm looking for, maybe invasive it becomes to the actual gameplay loop later on. It'll be interesting to see what the crack is. That's why I can't wait to get into some of the systems a little bit deeper. It's not too bad. Fun on console runs well. It's not so much every run for me. I just feel like, because the way the game plays, it just feels like it'd feel clunky on a pad. I suppose if you're on a console gaming, it probably just feels normal, really. You know what I mean? Probably coming from a PC angle of, like, if I hopped over to that, I'd probably be like, whoa, this feels weird. But, you know, if you haven't played it on PC, it's gonna feel normal, isn't it? It's gonna feel normal. Alright, we're gonna mess around today, man. We're gonna get into it. What's going on, Energy? Honestly, the enemies need to be more active and do more attacks. That being, I've seen the last boss in this game has potential to give Elden Ring boss experience, not even kidding. Well, I could imagine that, because I've said with the combat the way it is, and having a lot more conservative ability to do things like dodging, and your, you know, like parries for like the bigger attacks being attached to your skills, you have to be a lot more strategic and conservative, don't you, in how you use those? Like, you know, because I've been caught out a few times at the minute because I'm dodge spamming, forgetting that, like, you know, I'm not playing Wua or I'm not playing ZZZ, and getting myself caught out a little bit. I was saying, like, the way I look at it, it feels like playing a little bit like an MMO, actually, in terms of the combat. Like, I feel like you have to be a bit more proactive rather than reactive in the combat, and I like that. I think a lot of people who are coming from specifically games like ZZZ and Wua might find the combat jarring with this game. I think there'll be a lot, especially from the Wuthering Waves space, like, oh, this game sucks, you know, because they just don't understand that every game doesn't have to have the same combat system as Wuthering Waves. Yo, Charlie, what's going on, dudes? Yeah, we streamed late last night, man. I was going till like 7 o'clock this morning. I like the gacha system in the game, though. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Fuck that, I've got on my nose. Alright. Let's have a look at Book here. There's a couple of videos I wanted to check out before we get into it. Even been using Aim Labs to help as well with aiming. Was it Aim Labs on console? No, is he? That's wild. I don't know, shoot. See, that's how I make the loot with console, man. Just make bosses, enemies more active and lower their stun or parry duration. It will feel like Dark Souls and so more interactive. Also, last boss looks hype. Hey, the gacha system is bad. Really? Why? What people are saying? Because the way I look at it, you got 120 guarantee. You got an 80, 50-50. Really, in effect, you're getting 50 Arsenal credits. So you're getting what? 500 every 10 pull. So you're getting 2k every 40 pulls. So 80 pulls is guaranteeing you a 6-star weapon. So within 120 pulls, you're guaranteed 2 6-star characters and a 6-star weapon. That's like getting you know, that's like guaranteeing you get the banner character and a 50-50 and a weapon in Wuthering Waves, which, you know, I think that's actually kind of good. Something about the pity not carrying over to the next banner. Well, I think what people are missing there is you have a banner pity. So at 120 pulls, you get the character on the banner, guaranteed. But there's a pity, there's a 50-50 in the game as well. So at 80 pulls, just like Wuthering Waves, you're guaranteed to get the 50-50. And then at 120 pulls, you're guaranteed to get the character on the banner. So if you lose your 50-50, or even if you win your 50-50, you get the character on the banner. So like, say you get to 80 pulls, and say you go hard pity, and you lose your 50-50, 40 pulls later, you'll get the character on the banner. That 120 pity is banner specific. The 80 pity is pulled. It carries over to other banners, and it's on all the banners as well. Plus, you get Arsenal credits for every character you pull, and it's around about 2,900, I think, to roll on the. It's like a sub gacha system. To roll on the weapons. Oh, you can just buy weapons straight out with the Arsenal credits as well. You don't even have to roll on the weapons. But if you want to go for the 6 stars, you have to roll 4 times to guarantee a 6-star. Obviously, it might not be the weapon you want, but you have to roll four times to guarantee a 6-star. So, like, you know, you're guaranteed to get a 6-star and 2 characters in 120. So it depends on how many free pulls you get per patch, because no matter how expensive the characters, if the game gives you enough, you get pity. It's not oh yeah, definitely, yeah, true. Yeah, I said this so far from what I've played. Obviously, I've only played a little bit. It feels you don't get a massive amount, you know. Honestly, I think if they come out the combat system harder, the rewards from boss battles will feel sweet and outweigh the gacha pull BS. You reckon? See, I don't even think the gacha system's bad. I don't even think the gacha system's bad. Like I say, it's better than, you know, it's better than Wuthering Waves. If you look at it in raw numbers, like, say you go hard pity and lose your 50-50 on Wuthering Waves, and let's say you have to go 80 pulls, that's 160 pulls to guarantee your character, right? So you're going to get 2 characters in 160 pulls. In this, the maximum you have to go is 120. to guarantee the character. And in that 120 pulls, you will get 2 6 stars and be able to roll for a weapon as well. Which, I think that's a decent system, man. Personally. The 50-50 pity rolls are over as well. It's just the guarantee pity doesn't, because obviously it's specific to that banner. So I don't think it's a bad system, actually. And if you want to, you can just buy weapons straight out as well, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. All right, let's have a little look at this video then before we get into things. Boys and girls. I did add this to my watch later, earlier. And then we're gonna get into the game in a bit. We wanted to watch a couple of videos. Farm some content. Farm some content, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta do it, you know? That's what we do. Here to farm the slop, right? It's a difficult job, guys, but, you know, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. You know? Somebody's got to do it. Arknights originally is pretty free to play friendly. I can save up on characters and whatnot like every banner, but most Switcher one. Yeah, I was going to say, people are saying that it's kind of similar to the original system. Yeah, like I say, I agree with that. It all depends on what you're getting in game, or if you get, you know, a reliable amount of pulls in game. You know, the banner system on its surface seems pretty decent. Personally, seems pretty generous. You know. Obviously it all depends on luck, you know, you might get really lucky and pull a bunch of characters in that 120 pulls, but you're guaranteed 2, which I think's pretty sick, if I'm honest. It's cheaper than most, really, so it's like, you know, it's almost like 60 pulls, isn't it, in a sense? It's not, but you know what I mean, if you split it down the middle kind of thing. But anyway, all right, let's check out this video from Marco and Meatball, shall we? Wuthering Waves is defying the gacha stereotype. Is it? I'm curious to see what he's got to say here. What about Wuthering Waves is defying the gacha stereotype? I will say one thing, though. Throughout playing Rinasita, there's been multiple times where I've actually kind of forgot I was playing a gacha game. Just felt like I was playing an RPG. I must say, though, even though I'm at the very start of the game, the little bits I've played of Enfield kind of felt the same. It kind of just almost sometimes I felt like I was playing like an offline MMO with a base building system there as well, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, let's get into this video and see what he's got to say then, shall we?
Gacha games are seemingly a dime a dozen these days, with every iteration of the open world formula being peddled around by content creators and gamers alike as the next Genshin killer. This certainly does a few things to harm the incoming games. One, being compared to one of the most monumentally successful games of its type in the West.
One, that's true about Genshin. I do agree with that, though. I think this is... Obviously, the Genshin community is the Genshin community. We don't need to say more than that. Everybody knows what I'm saying there. Well, I do think there is a part of certain communities, not just the Genshin community, that took a bit of a dislike towards Wuthering Waves because of the people talking about it being a Genshin killer, which in itself is weird anyway. You can't blame the game for the community, you know what I mean? But we're already going to see that. Well, I've already saw it regarding other games, whether it's Ananta, whether it's Azure Premilia, whether it's Project 2/3. People are saying those sort of things about those games already. And I agree. I definitely do think it does a disservice to the game. Whether those games themselves are or are not a Genshin killer, at the end of the day anyway, the only thing that's going to kill Genshin is Genshin and Hoyo. And, you know, these conversations are going to be made. But they are quite reductive. Now, I'm all up for comparing games, but I do think when people are like, this is the Genshin killer, it's kind of like it's, you know, I think it does set the game up to have an uphill battle right off the get-go, personally.
An impossible and basically worthless comparison in most cases, and 2, this continues to fuel the flame of
I'm fine with the comparisons, though. I am fine with the comparisons.
Tribalism, and the idea that if you play one game, you cannot be curious or interested in another of its kind, or so the internet would have you think is the case. Kuro Games launched 1.0 in the middle of 2024, closely on the heels of its CBT2 beta test, which ultimately fell pretty flat. A launch of any new game is an incredibly delicate process, but the launch of a gacha game where audiences tend to be extremely harsh and deeply entrenched in preconceived notions and opinions is a near deadly one. Plenty of games have come out since Genshin's rise to fame that have been quickly snuffed out.
See, like for me, for the launch of the game, it didn't fall flat for me. But again, I was playing on PC and I've got a good PC, so my experience was pretty nice, you know? It was nice to get a lot of free pulls at the start of the game because other people weren't having such a nice experience, if I'm honest. Like, sweet, man, I'm having fun. I'll have some free stuff, though. But, you know, I've heard a lot of people echo this sentiment, though, to be fair.
And altogether forgotten that the risk involved on having a bad launch can be nearly catastrophic for a company if it's too similar to the king of the anime gacha space. Well, I played the personally highly anticipated launch of Wuthering Waves for myself, and ultimately landed on the idea that it was a good game that had enormous potential, but felt disappointing in its offerings. When it came to story and music especially. Exploration, its ecosystem, and especially the combat has never left me with a sour feeling, and in fact, I have quite enjoyed all of these features quite a bit ever since.
I say, personally, I think the combat's peak, you know? I think the combat is, it's not even just like, it's okay. I think the combat, fire, absolute fire in Wuthering Waves. Now, you might not like it, but from my personal point of view, I think in regards to action, combat that's, you know, skill-based, you know, all about momentum, all about reactionary combat, it's as good as it gets in this space, personally. And when I think of the really great combat systems in that regards in this space, it's Wuthering Waves, it's Endless, and it's PGR. Maybe with a little mention of Ave the Gaze as well, because that's pretty decent. Enfield's different kind of combat. But yeah, I definitely do think the combat absolutely peak. Story, you know, story had its ups and downs, mostly downs in 1.0. I do agree with that. And the music at times was beautiful. But yeah, I agree. I think quite a lot of the music in 1.0 was lacking, and it just didn't live up to the standards of something like Punishing Grey Raven either. I think that was a major problem. And sometimes it just didn't feel like it fit very well, if that makes sense. Now, Rinasita fixed all of those issues regarding the music. The music's amazing, and the stories took a massive upturn as well, hasn't it?
It's the original 1.0 release, and have played it consistently over the last 7 months. The music overall felt all over the place and with no particular sense of direction, and was a far cry from the melodically driven and powerful pieces of Kuro Games' first offering, Punishing Grey Raven. A game of music I enjoyed so much that I
although it wasn't their first offering, but
actually discovered a love for EDM that I didn't even know I had. 1.0 felt unfinished, rushed, and generic, with its somewhat muted colors, vast open spaces with not much to actually see that didn't feel kind of bland and samey, and music that ultimately wasn't bad, was just incredibly forgettable. Beyond these complaints, the gacha system, always a sticking point in these types of games, followed the tried and true formula of its rival in the space, offering up the 50-50 for characters instead of its previous PGR system of just needing to reach the hard cap of however many pulls it is, which felt more player-friendly and altogether more generous. That said, the weapon banner was guaranteed at 80 pulls max, and Kuro has continued its player-forward model of making it fairly easy.
True, you know, it's not the worst system. Again, as I say, on the surface so far, I know I keep talking about Enfields, but I'm playing it at the moment, so of course I'm going to. I really like that system. I would like something like that personally, but I'm okay with Wiwa's system. Just at the minute, I've been getting unlucky and losing all my 50-50s and having to go hard pity on the weapon banner because the weapon banner hates me. But, you know, it's definitely not the worst system.
Easy to accrue the necessary in-game currency.
Genshin can't kill itself. I'm sure they've been trying for the last few months.
In order to properly pull for characters as a free-to-play player.
It does seem that way.
But based on my conversations with free-to-play players, most have been pleased with their ability to play the game and receive characters they want, even when losing the 50-50. I know it's unrealistic and not financially lucrative for these types of games, but having the 50-50 player-unfriendly system go away while retaining the gacha component is something I hope to see as these games continue to dominate the market. With their
Do you reckon we'll ever get to that point where that's commonplace? I don't know. I feel like there has to be some randomization, or if it does become more commonplace, I think the guarantee will become a bigger and bigger reach. And what I mean is it'll cost more and more pulls. You know, if we get to some sort of standard where there is no 50-50 in the majority of these games, I don't think you'll be getting those characters at 80 or 100 or 120 pulls. We might see it go further and further, in my opinion, which I don't know if necessarily that's what I want either. Again, I think the system in Wuthering Waves is okay, personally. Well, I think it's been fine up until recently. It feels like it's a little bit more, I don't want to say restrictive, but you feel the impact of obviously the 50-50s more now because we're getting double banners all the time. And obviously, it's not been so bad for me recently because I've had all the reruns, but obviously with Jeji this time, I have I've burnt myself out to pretty much all my asteroids now in getting Carlotta and Jeji, and now obviously Rachia's coming as well, and it's like it's gonna start getting tight. We're gonna be pushing right to the edge to try and get these characters, and potentially having to open up the wallet a little bit more as well to actually make sure we acquire everybody, and then adding the weapon banner as well. It's just like the weapons are where I'm missing out really. Even though we got a guarantee there, that's kind of where I'll miss out in this game because again I'm just unlucky. I have to go pretty much 70 plus pulls every single weapon banner. So it's just, I burn all my asteroids and I'm rarely getting the weapons. I missed out on Yao's weapon again and Yinlin's weapon again because I went to like 71 pulls. So I just ended up being, you know what, stuff it. I'm just going to wait now and get Carlotta's weapon straight away for the change.
Their popularity. It's unlikely, but a man can dream. What was really surprising, though, came in subsequent patches that occurred pretty rapidly. Sure, yes, there was some filler in the 1.0 patches, but 1.1 brought with it Mount Firmament, new characters with Jinshi and Chong.
For me, really, the only real filler patch, in my opinion, that felt like true filler for the entire patch was 1.2. Every other patch kind of felt like it, it was fine, really. It didn't feel like the game. Obviously, in gacha games, there's plenty of downtime. And of course, the extended patch time and banner time on Wuthering Waves is a little bit longer. So that you've got that feeling anyway. But in regards to the patch itself, only really 1.2s felt like that for me personally.
And a whole new area with its own system and mechanics to unravel and discover. This was a welcome surprise for many of us who were committed to supporting and playing Wuthering Waves. The music improved and had a really lovely overarching melody that was memorable, if not a bit too simple, with just the melody as the dominant aspect of the music, but it also brought real highs and lows for what quickly became a fan favorite character with
1.1 as well. I think still one of my favorite stories.
And then finally, later on in the 1.1
and 2.0.
Black Shores, another, in my opinion, colossal victory for the continued vision of what Wuthering Waves was wanting to become. New, terrific, compelling characters, improvements to dialogue, character interaction.
I had issues with 1.3 personally. I think the story was paced a little bit bad. And I think the Black Shores itself, although a beautiful area, just it didn't bring much in regards to caring about the environment. Like, it wasn't a place that felt like, oh, let's explore the Black Shores. You know what I mean? There just wasn't much going on at the Black Shores, was there? And I'm not like saying it was a bad update at all. Totally enjoyed the update. I just think in regards to it being a new area in comparison to obviously Rinasita, which I know was a bigger update, and 1.1, the Black Shores just didn't stand up against those at all, in my opinion.
And the general quality of life became very high. It felt that Kuro Games was actively listening to player feedback and taking it seriously, rather than just trying to make as much money as possible. Admittedly, there was still, a bit of a wow factor that was missing. Sure, the worlds were visually stunning, and there were some incredible set pieces, but it still didn't have the thing that makes you want to come back day after day to live in and experience the world, at least generally speaking, and certainly for myself. Music as well was really starting to turn a corner and becoming less and less meandering without any specific intention. This patch also focused a lot on sound quality that was reminiscent.
I'm assuming this guy is definitely a bit of an audiophile then, I'm assuming. I don't know exactly what his whole deal is, but he seems to be specifically referencing the music and the direction, like the melody and all that sort of stuff in the music, which for me, I tend not to look that deep. I'm just like, ooh, music good, I'm a bit more of a monkey when it comes to stuff like that. So I don't know, is this dude, is he like a musician? Jesus, man, get the fucking words out. Or is he just a bit of an audiophile?
Which if you played those games, you can understand
speak.
Why that is a compliment of very high praise. These patches also felt to me like the beginning of a time period where it really felt like the game was trying to deviate from the many parallels to the big bad Genshin Impact. And it felt like while it may have taken some inspiration or...
He's 1,000,000% a music guy. I believe he's an ex-opera singer. Okay, makes sense then. Makes sense.
Direct inspiration from it, directly or indirectly, there was a vision and a desire to tell its own story. Sure, yes, that tribalism I mentioned earlier will probably never go away, and is incredibly annoying and stupid and redundant, and the infighting will continue.
All true, but incredibly funny as well. The chaotic part of me, I love to see. He's right. All stupid, all dumb. It's never going to go away, but at the same time, it's kind of funny watching people act like chimpanzees in the zoo. about gacha games, man. I love you.
Continue for the foreseeable future, especially with an at times disgruntled fan base who feels like they're not being heard, but at least Wuthering Waves was starting to feel like a structured game with an idea of what it wanted to be. That takes us to today, and I have to say, the ridiculously successful Wuthering Waves 2.0 update, and ultimately the point of this video. So has Wuthering Waves managed to actually make waves? Yes, astonishingly. For the first time, the game truly feels like it has its own identity, free of the confines of previous comparisons to the other game in the market of this level. Has Wuthering Waves music improved its music? When I tell you it's basically a miracle, I cannot understate enough how good the music in this update actually is. Every way
It really is. And again, as a layman, when it comes to music, you know, I like music, but I'm not even going to pretend I'm a music guy. I'm not. You know, it's a vast improvement. But again, as 2.0 as a whole has been a vast improvement across the board, hasn't it? You know, now I know there's some people who might not necessarily like the direction the game's gone. Fair enough, whatever. Aesthetically, that might not be a bag. But I think in general, overall, you know, music, story, voice acting, pacing, environmental design, environmental activities, gameplay, quality of life, everything has just been such an increase in quality and production levels. It's insane.
Where you turn, there is a new surprise to witness and hear.
I have played this 2.0 song so much I can't stand it anymore.
By not veering off the road most traveled or stumbling on ancient ruins. The game has music in spades, not only that fits the narrative, but also elevates the narrative to the point that repeat listening in your car would also be delightful. It moves beyond the game. When we take a soundtrack and move away from the game with it, that's when a soundtrack is truly victorious, and that would ultimately be the best way for me to describe the soundtrack. Victorious. A victory. 4 tracks in particular really stand out to me. The track Within the Church of the Order of the Deep, welcoming us with this sound of hallowed ground where every step you take is sacred,
was beautiful.
where we're led to believe that the majesty of the Sentinel is with us at every corner. Sharp, incredible horns announcing our arrival.
That particular bit there gave me very Final Fantasy X kind of vibes. Now I'm probably connecting that a little bit more now just because I'm replaying through Final Fantasy X. But you know, that sort of almost like ethereal, enchanting, haunting kind of sound. That's the connections my brain made anyway.
Stunning 4-part harmonies in the voices that is reminiscent of the Gregorian chant or a song you might literally hear in a Catholic church today. The Century Construct.
Yeah, this dude definitely knows
the
stuff
closest
in
track
music.
I've heard to Kuro's sister game, Punishing Grey Raven, with frenetic rhythms, terrific womp-womps, and a fusion of classical and baroque that is a rare delight to hear mixed in with electronic music while also featuring string quartet and harpsichord. The opening to the vast openness of the Raguna
This bit was
countryside.
gorgeous.
A track with rights bought by Kuro Games called A Fairy Tale that sounds more befitting of a Witcher 3 intro or Freerun than any other game I've played within the gacha space, that invites us into exploration and wonder with gentle vocals that provide us with curiosity.
It was the perfect introduction along with this little bit of music, wasn't it? It felt very whimsical and, you know, that fancy, you know, it was pulling you into the fantasy world, wasn't it?
And even warm our hearts to the warm hues of green and brown we experience in the countryside. The Lorelei boss fight, with echoes and references to Mozart's The Magic Flute, a reimagining of a timeless song that will have cultural implications far deeper than one can even begin.
You boys
to
at Kuro are pretty cultured guys, aren't they, man? In many ways.
Opera as a musical medium, and that elicited this outrageous reaction out of me, a former professional opera singer.
Wow. Okay, so all right then. Cool. So you're right. He was an opera singer.
Oh my God!
Dude, you know, when I heard that bit, it makes me think of the blue woman singing on the ship in The Fifth Element, who's got the stones inside her stomach. Like that's where my brain went to when I heard that.
Oh my God! No fucking way! Holy shit! Oh my God! They referenced Queen of the Night! And lastly, the menacing Elden Ring style FromSoft approach to the Dirge Dragon.
Yeah,
whose size alone makes it a terrifying foe. Story reasons not mentioned for the spoilers. Harpsichord and strong male choir dominate this track as we step into a dark Baroque horrorscape of terror and destruction. These tracks are only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the variety on display here. Day and night tracks, a world quest with dynamic music featuring a truly modern twist on Baroque music. It shifts.
Do you reckon this is why we don't have a portable music player just yet? Because I hope we do get one. And like, I suppose Kuro could just make it so it's disabled when you're doing this sort of stuff. Or do you think it's because they seem to have spent so much time in curating and improving the music for 2.0 that kind of didn't want you to, you know, shy away from that by just walking around listening to your own tunes on your little portable music player, rather than actually, like, you know, being took on the experience that they've gave you with this, like, this journey. Because music is very important to set pieces in games, films, and all that sort of stuff anyway, isn't it?
To a combat version incredibly smoothly and then resets back. Dynamic music. The music on display is a masterclass in guiding players emotionally in a direction and letting them feel whatever the intended purpose or setting of an area may have been during the game design creation process. It's a huge win. If 1.0 was disappointing, then 2.0 is a complete reversal and a total triumph musically, and I cannot help but recommend it to you for the music alone. More than anything, this game feels like a game first and a gacha game second. Oftentimes in this style of game, there can be a sense that
Let me just...
and a gacha game second. Oftentimes in this for the music alone. More than anything, this game feels like a game first and a gacha game second. Oftentimes in this style...
This is what I said, man. This is what I said. I think this is one of the champion points that needs to be reiterated for me. One of the victories, in a sense, for Kuro, what they've done with 2.0, is that on many occasions, I've felt exactly the same. I said this the very first day we were playing on stream, that there's multiple times when I forget I'm playing a gacha game, you know, and I think that's an impressive feat to do in the gacha space. Most gacha games don't manage to do this. You know, you always know you're playing a gacha game in just how everything's constructed. Putting all the actual mechanics that you interact with in the gacha sense, you know, your material farming, you know, the gacha systems, all those sort of things, but just the gameplay itself, you still never feel like you're playing a non-gacha game. You know what I mean? There's things that are just not there. This wasn't the thing with Renacita for me. Multiple times, I just genuinely felt like, again, quotation marks, playing a real game, which I think was a massively impressive thing to do, man.
Style of game, there can be a sense that the purpose of doing things around the world is
hopefully this becomes a regular thing, you know?
And spend those in-game currencies, or better yet, swipe your credit card.
Yep, Enfield, we were as easy as the new standard for me. Yeah, again, so far, Enfield's kind of attaining that for me at the minute when I'm just roaming around, getting into combat, engaging with the base building stuff. I do just kind of feel like I'm playing a single player MMO with base building mechanics, because the combat kind of makes me feel like that. And yeah, I think Zenless does a good job as well of feeling like a linear RPG as well. It doesn't do it as much, but there are times when that game does it for me. But in regards to standards, I agree. I think when we look at the leading lights in the gacha space, in my opinion, of course, I agree with you there. I think at the moment, Enfield, Wua, ZZZ are doing such good jobs. I'll throw PGR in there as well, because I think PGR is a great game. It's just the thing with PGR now. You know, it's showing its years, if you will. But if we're going to look at the premier games in this space, I think it's fair to say that at the minute, those three games are. And of course, obviously, we've only engaged in a little bit of Enfield, so I need to put that out there. But yeah, I agree as well. I do.
But in the case of Wua 2.0, it doesn't feel this way in the slightest. Sure, it's there, but it feels like this game wants to be a Witcher or a Red Dead, but in anime format. It wants you to explore its world, see what it has to discover, and in a way, it lends itself to an MMORPG.
It definitely wants to be an RPG. This is why I say, I said this before Tencent acquired Kuro. An investment, a company buying Kuro would not be a bad move, because if you can expand Kuro with the same ideology that they've got now, and get it to the point where they are able to produce other titles and other titles outside the gacha space, you've got an incredibly good company here that could potentially be creating games like that. I know this might sound like a world thing to say for some people, because I'm like, dude, calm down, it's just a gacha game. But I do genuinely believe, given the right money and doing it in the right way and expanding how they want to expand and bringing in the right kind of people, I think Kuro could be a game making things that are like anime versions of The Witcher, you know, genuine class games that people look to and go, you know, that's a fire title in the RPG space, personally. I really do.
RPG experience, kind of. Not dissimilar to the wonderment and curiosity that a game like Guild Wars 2 can provide, where the world is yours to find and uncover, and who knows what you might see. In fighting between enemy factions? Sure. Old ruins that harbor a dark secret? You got that. A flying minigame where you're actually high as a kite and suddenly you're flying with a boss from earlier in the game? Why not? There's spectacle everywhere throughout the landscape, and the landscape is aching to be discovered. Flight was also something that was recently introduced as sort of gliding mechanic, and it is an incredible showcase of Kuro Games wanting to make something unique and its own. Traversal has always been something really important to these devs, and clearly this is the ultimate form of that, though I wonder what else they have in store for us for future expansions. Flying is the pinnacle way to get from point A to point B, and the more you explore the regions, the more you're rewarded with stamina that allows you to fly further and longer.
Does actually engage you with wanting to explore in this area.
Majesty of this incredibly inviting and well-designed world.
I wonder if they'll be able to keep that up, because obviously this area just is desirable to explore, and of course the fact that, you know, your stamina increase is tied to exploring more of the region, and obviously there's cool things to interact with as well that pushes you to explore. How are they going to keep that up for the next area? You know, are they going to have a mechanic like that in the next area that you know, it improves as you explore? It'd be interesting to see that, actually, whether they can, you know, because in a sense, the quality of 2.0, they've almost built a rod for their own back, in that they've got high standards to hold up to now, haven't they, really? And if they don't, you know, it's going to kind of be like a Bellabog situation, in my opinion, with Star Rail, where that was like peak Star Rail, and everything since just really hasn't been able to hold up next to it. I hope that's not the case with Renacita, but like it's that good within the game that, you know, it could be. I hope not, but it could be.
As I mentioned, the world is layered in such a way that the mind can't help but want to see what's under the clouds or over the horizon. There is so much to see and explore and come across naturally, but if you want, Kuro Games has also made the process easier by giving you easy ways to proceed right to where you want to go, saving you time and allowing you to get what you want to get done quickly and efficiently if you don't have a lot of time on your hands. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this story, but it's also really good. I gotta say, I am so tired of every gacha game having these convoluted phrases or terms that I have to remember.
Thank you. I've been saying this for ages. You know, so many gacha games, right? I feel like, am I just dumb? Like, people mention certain things in the story, and I'm like, I don't remember that. And I've got a terrible memory anyway, but I'm like, am I getting dementia or something here? And I don't remember that. And it's the way these games are written a lot of the time. As he said, they have these convoluted yap fests that are told in such a way, this simple thing that's really simple to explain becomes this convoluted mess that you just kind of like miss what's going on, because they're telling you a simple story and they're making it incredibly convoluted and intricate because of the dumb terms they're using and the way they tell stuff sometimes. And, you know, Wuthering Waves did this in 1.0 as well. But they've got a lot better at this in 2.0, a lot more concise in the storytelling. Again, I felt a lot of intrigue in this story, personally. I was interested to see what happened next. And I was in 1.0, but much more now, much more.
And then having a character repeat themselves 30 times or rehash what we just experienced, or go on a 40-minute long monologue about stuff that is so in the weeds that you'd need a PhD just to understand it. In the case of 2.0 story, it's pretty on the nose. There are some pacing issues, mostly in some NPC interactions at the beginning as the world building starts, and especially in some exchanges with adjacent characters that could be shorter in the back half of Act 2. But overall, I was lost.
I've heard a lot of people mention that about the back half of Act 2, to be fair. I didn't find it myself personally, but again, it's all perception at the end of the day. I was kind of engaged with the stuff that was happening there, especially, you know, your interactions with the old bloke. Some people didn't like that. We could have missed, you know, grabbing the 3 pieces for the thing we had to do to shoot him down from the balloons. We could have done without that, because that wasn't necessary. Yeah, I just didn't personally feel like it ground to a halt there, but a lot of people actually did. So yeah, in my opinion, the pacing in 2.0 was vastly improved, because 1.3 for me and massive parts of 1.0 had major pacing issues. 1.4 did as well here and there, but because I was so interested in what was going on with Camellia, I didn't find it so bad. 1.1 I think was peak. 1.1 and 2.0 is the best storytelling in Wuthering Waves, in my opinion.
And hours I spent.
And some of the other companion quests like Changli's and Jian's as well.
Maybe a bit predictable, but overall, when it ended for this update, I didn't want it to end. That's personally
Yeah,
how I
agree.
know it's good per my standards.
Excited to see what happens as well now,
on the other hand, was by far the longest of the companion story quests we've
Still
had.
haven't done that.
While I felt the beginning 30 minutes were way too much back and forth to areas and conversations with people that you kind of don't really know or care about.
I think we might actually do that. We might actually do that because I haven't done a companion quest yet. We're going to do a companion quest and we might make a video specifically for that companion quest. I might actually make a video, go back through and re-up myself on all the companion quests and do kind of like, not so much a tier list, but a video on almost like, I suppose, a little bit like, not so much a retrospective of all of the companion quests, but just, you know, like a comparison and where they kind of sit in the storytelling in the game. I like the idea of doing that, actually. We might do that.
It was actually a really satisfying conclusion that felt we really had arrived and learned more about her. With some ever so slightly tighter scenes, I think we would have had ourselves a near perfect story experience. In total, I would say the story experience landed around an 8.5 out of 10. If we combine the main story, Carlotta's story, and some of the world.
That's where I was. I was at like an 8 out of 10 for the. I think when I see, because I've seen it a lot, you know, when people are, 10 out of 10, I'm just like, come on, man, let's not gas it up that much, right? You know, even in the gacha space in regards to updates, I guess I'll just look at things differently. For me, there is no 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? Because that's perfect, and you know nothing's perfect. You know, and I feel like an 8 out of 10 is a perfectly fine rating. That's in my rating. That's an exceptional game. You know, because 5 being average, 8 is really good. You're getting really close to being in the territory of being goated. And then obviously next step is perfect, which is unobtainable for me.
World quests. This is another point I should make, is that everything that
does this mean you're finally going to do the encore quest?
And Carlotta quests just feel naturally good because they feel like a continuation of the 2.0 story.
I do admit, I do want to see this in Wuthering Waves though. You know, this video was peak. I hope maybe this is like, this goes down in the new Federation maybe. You know, I really would like to see something like this in the game in the future, this sort of because I do want us to experience a lament in real time, you know, the destruction, the fall, because that's one thing that's always interested me in fictional work anyway. You know, when it comes to like zombies or outbreak stuff or apocalyptic films, of course I'm interested in the stories of the post-apocalypse, sorry, but when it comes to zombies, I always am interested in the fall itself, you know, the first few days after the system starts to break and, you know, governments start to fall and people are on their own, and those weeks after that, as society just totally goes into collapse. I always find it very interesting, personally. So I really would like to see something like that in Wuthering Waves as well, as to get to experience that real time, and not just from cutscenes as well, but you know, we've already saw the game's capable of these cinematic set pieces, like at the end of 1.3, going up to the boss, so the Fallacy of No Return, and the world quests as well in 2.0 that we saw in the IGN gameplay of you with Rachia, you know, going up the hill, and there's the I forgot what the enemy's called now, you know, and it's the lightning's going off and there's all the destruction happening. They've got that capability, you know, so we could see something like that where it's a little bit more semi on rails, and you know there's all this stuff going on with NPCs and Tacids coming in attacking, and the sky's cracking and there's fire everywhere. I think it'd be really cool, man.
So these world quests or companion quests, which oftentimes could feel like filler a lot of the time, actually fill some really nice gaps for characters' motivations. And they drip feed just a bit more about the world to satiate while we wait for the continuation of story events, which I expect to be highly compelling. Wuthering Waves is in a phenomenal spot right now, deriving quality game-first content and providing challenge in combat, though it would be nice to have a difficulty slider or up the difficulty a bit for story bosses, as they are entirely too easy. I think this is a solid game and a genuine...
Gacha games are designed that way, though, aren't they? They are designed, but again, I agree, it would be nice so the people who don't want to play it like that can have it, like the story be a little bit more difficult, but they are designed in a way that the story and that element of the gameplay is supposed to suck you in, you get to play with the characters, and then you come to the end game and it's like, you know, you need to start stepping things up a little bit. But I agree, with multiple people have asked for this in the community as well, haven't they? I've had multiple comments on that, of like, it would be nice for a difficulty slider to play the story in hard mode.
Really good time. The course correction in 7 months since 1.0 is monumental and should be praised, and praised loudly. And I can't help but say that I feel that if you're not into gacha games, which I doubt you're watching this video, or have been on the fence on trying Wuthering Waves, now is absolutely the time. This is the kind of turnaround we saw with Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn, Cyberpunk 2077, or No Man's Sky. It may never...
Damn, that's a big statement, that is. That's a big statement. I don't know if I'd agree with that necessarily. Now, I agree with what he's saying in regards to the improvement, but for me, I don't know if 1.0 was that bad. Not saying that those games were terrible, but like, they were, you know, panned. Well, not panned, but especially No Man's Sky was just not what was advertised, you know? Final Fantasy as well. I don't know. I agree with what he's saying, but I don't think 1.0 was that rough that it's in that same category. But I also agree that the glow up has been insane. The glow up has been insane.
Never land at a true AAA experience or whatever that means for you. But I think if you go in with a level head with gacha aspects or don't interact with them at all, you'll come away with a game that respects your time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
you,
I think even if you're not interested in gacha, you can enjoy a nice RPG experience. Yeah,
seemingly impossible, and I cannot recommend it enough to you or anyone who might be interested in getting stuck into a beautiful world with delightful characters without being too bright or peppy. If you're looking for a new game, this very well could be the one for you. And while nothing is perfect, I do believe they really knocked it out of the park with this one, and they just need to keep that up for the remainder of the time that they make this game. Take care.
Agree. Going to be a hard thing to do, though. As I've said, I think they've made a rod for their own back in a sense. And this, hey, who knows? I hope it's not the peak, but, you know, I feel like they've set themselves some incredibly high standards. Hopefully they can keep attaining them. Yeah, great video this was. As I said, Kathy shared this in the Discord earlier, and I'd already added it to my watch list, so I guess great minds think alike. But yeah, this is a good video. I'm going to subscribe to this dude, actually. Nice content. Again, I assume just from listening to him, because I've never seen this dude before, it was obvious that the dude is a music guy from just the way he was speaking about the music, but to see that he's an ex-opera singer is pretty cool. It's always nice to see people from different professional backgrounds interact with games coming from the, you know, their personal background in the way that they work. So they look at it from a, like, you know, through a different veneer, so to speak. They see it in a different way. Yeah, it was interesting. Agree with pretty much everything he said in that video as well. I don't think 1.0 was that bad, though, personally. But 2.0 has just been a market improvement across the board. There's no denying it. Probably the best update in gacha gaming. Yeah, I definitely agree. Great video. Marco Meatball. Go check him out, guys. Go show some love. Great video, that was. Great video. I enjoyed it. Yeah, Renacita is the happier zone. Everything else is going to lean toward the dark and gloomy side. I hope so. I hope we get a little bit more of what we saw in that initial trailer from the new Federation, because I think that would be cool. Yo, Kathy, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I did, actually. I slept really well. I slept till like 20 to 4 this afternoon. I think I went to bed about, I don't know what time it was, probably around about 9 o'clock or something like that. Might have been just after that. But I probably got a good, I don't know, 5 hours sleep, 6 hours sleep, maybe, something like that. Feel a lot better now. Still a bit tired, but feel way better. Yeah, you know, when you get to that point, like, I've been awake for like 28 hours, man. I felt like I was on crack. I swear my eyes was like saucepans, man. Or saucers. They were fucking huge. Huge. But I'm enjoying, I am enjoying Enfield, though, so I'm glad I did stay up to play it, because it's been fun. It's been fun. Should we get milked? Oh, wrong one. Let's get milked.
Okay, so it seems like those.
Let's get milked. Let's get milked. How you going anyway, though, Kathy? You all good? You was up late yourself, weren't you, dirty stop out? Like 3 o'clock. You come into the stream, didn't you? All right. Oh, okay. People are not happy about. Oh, yeah. Actually, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Wuthering Waves showed off. Wuthering Waves showed off Richia's combat showcase, yeah. Which, again, I still don't think this is one thing that Kuro have managed to get right just yet, personally. You know, I feel like maybe this would have been better to do before we actually got to play as Richia, because it kind of feels weird to have a video showcasing her combat when we've already played with her. It's like, you know, it feels a little bit arsehole backwards, personally. But have they got anything on the Twitter as well? We get her in story and didn't feel. Yeah, it's like, again. I still don't feel like they have managed to. They got the midnight podcast again. Really work on the marketing because everything still feels a little bit haphazard. I thought with 2.0 we was gonna get this solid format where we'd get images initially, and then we go on to a little post on their website with backstory, and then we'd get a resonator showcase, a combat showcase, and then like their kit posted to the website. I felt like that was going to be the cycle. It just doesn't seem like that's the case. They're just like, they're so bipolar with the marketing, so bipolar. It's kind of hard. You just like, you can't plan. Okay, right, this is what's going to happen, right? This content's dropped. Okay, I know for the next 2 or 3 days now. And obviously, I'm just coming from a content creator's perspective here, but I do think it affects players as well. You know, I think when it comes to that sort of marketing, to generate hype and a repeated hype as well, I think sticking to that would do them a lot of good. You know, having when once that initial thing drops, I don't know whether it's an image, you're like, okay, all right, I know in the next couple of days we're going to see a little bit of backstory, we're going to see a resonator showcase, we're going to see combat, and then we're going to get a kit. You just don't. You see an image and you're like, all right, what's happening tomorrow then? And then they'll drop another character, and then you're like, okay, and then they go silent again, and then all of a sudden they drop stuff at random times. And it's like, it's weird that they decided to drop a resonator showcase, because I heard about this earlier actually, where usually I would have reacted to this and uploaded it, but I've already played with it, so what's a combat showcase going to show me that I don't already know? But anyway, on that note then, let's see what Kaz has got to say then, shall we? Wuthering Wave players are unhappy over this 2.0 reveal. Well, looking at the likes there on the plugin, doesn't look like they're that unhappy. But let's see what he's got to say then, shall we?
It's a little bit of a mess up from the Wuthering Waves Korean kind of side. And this is all to do with the Resonator Combat Showcase Roadshare. Now, I won't bore you with actually watching this or anything. This isn't a reaction video, but pretty much they released a...
Yeah, it's like I already saw the combat in the story, but I guess it's advertising. We're probably going to get a Resonator Showcase soon. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. It just feels like, why didn't they do that before we played her in the story? I guess with 2.0 dropping, that maybe messed things up. So I'll give them credit there. Yeah, just all... You can just never set your watch by them. If you held your breath on how the marketing's released for Wuthering Waves, you'd fucking drop dead, you know? Because there's no rhyme or reason to it, man. There's just not.
Combat showcase video showing off pretty much what Rocha does. Now, we already pretty much know what she does anyways, because we've seen her in the story, we've played her a little bit, we've had a little try of her whenever doing those world quests. So again, it's really not anything new. But we actually had this post on the Wuthering Waves Reddit, which has actually been deleted by the moderator.
Plus, Kuro, you're supposed to give me content I can farm. I can't farm that. No one cares.
Which is very interesting, pretty much saying that the Korean Wooer Twitter posted the Rocha showcase early. Now, obviously, this is a big issue because, you know,
what is it?
They should have posted it that early, but...
Oh, no, man. People were spoiled. A character that they already played got shown earlier in a region than everywhere else. Oh, no. What are we going to do? Unbelievable. People saw it and were like, huh, that's cool. Already played with her.
Is it the biggest of issues? I don't really know. I don't think it's the end of the world. Obviously, they deleted it quite quickly. And the post here actually only had a link to the tweet, which was deleted. So I don't know why the moderators have actually taken this down or why they're trying to cover this up so much. But pretty much there has been...
You see what I mean about when I say the marketing is a bit of a mess, you know? Just leave it up. At that point, like, it's not like, oh my God, oh shit, we've shown something we shouldn't have shown. I've seen it, I've used it.
A big issue with the Korean kind of side of Wuthering Waves for a little bit of a while, and I've talked about this in one of my other videos, also another one talking about the hate that I got from it, but I'm going to keep talking about it anyways because this should be addressed. Now, obviously, it seems like the Korean Wuthering Waves kind of department is definitely slacking in a lot of areas. For example, the...
Bruh, come on now. This is a nothing burger. This is a piece of salad on a nothing burger, right? You know, this is a crumb that's fell off the nothing burger onto the plate. A door's been open and it's been blown off the plate into the bin. That's how much of a nothing burger this is. You know, now, bro, bro, there's other content out here now, man. Come on, Kaza.
This translation and the localization issues that are going on over there. Now, obviously, I've had a lot of Korean people comment
Bro's
on my
hungry.
video since then, telling
Fair
me
play.
that the kind of state of
Gotta
the
eat, I
Korean
guess.
Wuthering Waves game is like, it's fine, but it could be better. And I think that's the case.
Nah, man, I think that it's fucked. It's gonna EOS in Korea now. It's done. It's done. Those guys are slipping so hard. That's it now.
For a lot of other countries as well. It's like, you know, it's playable, but at the same time, it's not really great to see a lot of the stuff kind of poorly localized. And I would be kind of...
Oh, does it have localization issues in Korea? That's interesting, actually, because Korea's like a massive market for them. It's an important market for them, isn't it? That is unusual if that is the case. But the showcase being posted earlier, like, come on.
No, it as well, obviously, but it's not the end of the world, is what a lot of people are saying. But obviously, this just kind of adds fuel to the fire, as, you know, it seems like they totally messed up here and got the times wrong. Now, I think what they actually said here...
The fuck? Wait a minute. Are we correlating a Twitter post going out too early and correlating that to localization issues within the game? Just gonna say, I don't think the dude posting the tweets is the same guy dealing with translation and localization within Korea. You know? So yeah.
Was that, you know, this is one where you tried to make a reservation for public meeting at 1 p.m, but you made a mistake and made
then
a
again, maybe he is. That's why it's all a mess.
for 1 a.m. So it seems like what happened is that they actually put it at the wrong time, and that
could we have something like close to Google Translate and we get the get team that's localizing it for English? Yeah, I hear the skills of poor localizations in Korea. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Because as I say, you know, of course, English usually gets a good show in video games just because when it comes to English, you know, you're not just catering to America, you're not just catering to Britain, you're kind of catering to the world, because the international language of the world really is English, isn't it? You know, if there's two people from different countries, typically if they need to conversate, that's kind of the third language that people will go to. So it's kind of, you know, a massive deal to make sure you get English right, isn't it? But you know, Japanese and Korean are major markets for gacha games, and specifically for Wuthering Waves as well. So you know, definitely that if they are messing up on that sort of stuff, that is a big issue. Like the fucking this is dumb, but the localization issues, yeah, that's definitely a problem.
they actually put it at you know, 1 p.m. instead of like 1 a.m.
To be fair, I can't say shit about that because I did that yesterday. My stream was set for 1 a.m. this morning. Like this morning. I set it up yesterday. And when I came to go live, I came downstairs because I've been chilling upstairs, tried to get a bit of sleep, couldn't, watch the football, had some food, came down, jumped on the computer. I was like, why does my stream say it's going live in 17 hours? I'd done the same thing, man. I'd done the same thing. I'd set it for 1 p.m.
So it seems like more of a scheduling issue on their end, but obviously a lot
Easily
of people in
done.
the comments are kind
Easily
of
done.
angry about this as well. They say there's also a case of offensive translation for South Korean, not just little meme mistakes on the Korean side.
I fucked
There's
up.
definitely something wrong on the Korean side. Time for Solon visit, I guess. So yeah, again, there's been a lot of situations with the Korean side, including them adding North Korean
There's not a
dialect.
case of offensive translations. Okay.
To some of the translations going on in the South Korean version of the game. And if you don't know the kind of tight kind of tensions between South Korea and North Korea, well, I don't know what you're doing in this world, because there is definitely something, you know, there's definitely a lot of tensions going on over there, and using North Korean dialect in Wuthering Waves is a little bit of a big middle finger to them, and, you know, I can see why a lot of South Koreans are very, very angry. Now, obviously, a lot of people in these comments keep going, saying, not beating the allegations of bad management in the Korean side. Now, obviously, in posts in the West and everything like that over in England, I feel like it's been like fine. I feel like a lot of the posts have been well scheduled. We haven't had any issues of posts coming out earlier, but we have still had a big issue of posts having like mistranslation, or not even mistranslation, but like typos and spelling mistakes, which is a big issue for Wuthering Waves. And hopefully they do add some kind of new kind of team, because this is how they can fix.
To me, though, it's kind of like an endearing part of Kuro now. This is, you know, the typos and you know, spelling mistakes. You know, like I don't get pissed off by it. I kind of find it endearing. I know that's kind of weird. Like I've played games before. Christ, I was watching a video the other day of voice acting, if it was real anyway, of voice acting mistakes in Oblivion, where literally the left-in actors retaking the fucking scenes, like legit going, oh no, let me start again. And then saying the thing again. And I was like, holy shit, that got in the game. That's wild.
Fix it, right? It's really, really not that hard. All they need to do is just get a new team that does the localization for each of the areas that is affected. Obviously, as I said, I had a lot of comments, not just from Korean people, but from some others, including French, Portuguese, Brazilian, and some others like that.
Nobody cares about them regions.
Which obviously, I think Brazil speak Portuguese as well, so it's kind of the same issue. All you need is a couple of dedicated teams that are good at localization.
What is it now? It was divided down the line of longitude, wasn't he? I think this was to do with obviously powers, political powers involved, but it was something to do with like the Catholic and Christian. I'm not too sure yet, right? I think on the eastern side, majority of them speak Portuguese, yeah, and on the western, is it Spanish? I could be wrong there. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think, right? I think.
That stuff, even if you kind of outsource to some people that live in those countries and can speak Chinese, and like kind of translate it from Chinese quite well, that's all you need to do. And I feel like a lot of people are missing out, and it just kind of sucks, as the amount of comments that I got on my video talking about the Korean project and the Korean kind of stuff going on, not just from Korean people, was kind of alarming. And it seems like this is an issue not just for Korean people, but for a lot of Wuthering Waves players in general. Now, as I said, people over in China are fine because obviously the game is Chinese. People over in the US and England are pretty fine. I feel like the translation and the localization has been pretty good over here. It hasn't been the best, obviously, as I said, there's been some issues with some typos, everything like that. But honestly, everywhere else, it seems like there seems to be a little bit of an issue. Japan, obviously, Ryuku made a video about this, talking about like there was some issues with some like kanji kind of symbols and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not an expert on Japanese, so I don't know exactly what that means. You can go watch this video if you want to go see exactly what he means by that. But there was a couple of issues where some of the like Japanese streamers couldn't read what it was saying at all because it just didn't make sense, and that's obviously a problem with localization. I feel like it's not as bad there, though. I feel like there is like a couple of issues, but
I was going to say, like, especially with their languages being around symbols, that can be a bit more of a problem, couldn't he? Where, like, with us, it'd be a typo and you could kind of get what the word's saying. That's just like literally the word kind of being gobbledygook for us, I suppose, isn't it?
Not as bad as maybe Korea is at the moment. Hey, we don't really know, but they say if, and then people go on to say stuff like this, diabolical management they have for the Korean server. It's like they don't care about them and they're just using it as test server. I mean, I don't think it's that deep. I honestly think that it's just the case of the team are just messed up, I don't think it's the end of the world. It's not like something insane is going to happen from this. It just feels just a little bit disappointing that the Korean audience is being left out like this. And
yeah, I get, we've referenced the other points here, but are we really saying this about a fucking video going up early? Oh my god, man. Like, these communities soft as fucking putty.
That, they haven't had any kind of justice, despite them even asking. It's not like the Koreans are like kind of
justice, no peace.
Sat there kind of happy with the fact that this is happening to them. They've actually gone to Solon before, and I've talked about this in the other video. They've gone to Solon, they've gone to Kuro Games and said, hey, this is a problem. And then they held an interview for it and asked people, what can they fix? And they said, okay, we've taken that into account. And then didn't fix any of it, especially in version 2.0, which, obviously feels like a big problem to them. But I honestly think that, people exaggerating this as some big experiment for Wuthering Waves, saying that Korea is like some kind of like test subject for like a lot of the advertisements and things like that. That just isn't the case. I just feel like it's just people that can't translate properly. Kuro, they need to fire whoever translating the Korean side of Wua at the moment. And just
Kuro got the D team for the Korean localization. Or he said simplify the skills of shed to this whole Git doesn't even understand, so no wonder that. Yeah, so I've said this before, Kathy. The way sometimes that the kits are written Wuthering Waves are convoluted. They are like they'll make something sound complex when it's literally just not. I'm not a fan of that sort of stuff in gacha games in general. They're not the only gacha game that does it. I'd rather games just say skill, this, that, rather than giving them all these fancy names and then linking it to this other fancy name. And you're sitting there for a minute going, wait, what? And then you have to ingest it a few times and then actually play it. And then you go, oh, that thing, I get it now. You know, that's at least me anyway, but I am a smooth brain as well, so, you
Just
know.
kind of hire someone new. It's really that easy. And honestly, I think that is the only thing that needs to change. And honestly, I think that will be the thing that brings Korean, the Korean community back to Wuthering Waves and a little bit more faithful in Wuthering Waves, because that's literally, it's a really small thing. You know, I'm trying to like exaggerate this. It's really, really, really small. It's not a big issue. It's really not that big. And Wuthering Waves could fix this literally with a click of their fingers. All it takes is a little bit of money and a little bit of, team dedication to get some of this Korean stuff out and Korean stuff good. And overall, it should be fine. Now, obviously, as I said, a lot of this Roach stuff being released early isn't a big deal either.
Literally got a fucking Labrador working on the Korean side of things, right? I think this guy lied on his resume.
Because obviously we've had like articles like this. This was released on January 17th. Oh wait, no, this is updated on January 17th. Today is January 17th. But this was actually uploaded, days ago. Pretty much talking about Roach's kit, materials, and skill date and release and stuff like that. Now, obviously, GameMate is a site that's officially collaborated with Wuthering Waves before. So, a lot of this stuff is official, and you can definitely know. Now, obviously, what we know about Roach's kit is that she's Camelia's best sub-DPS, which is, really good to see. And obviously...
Still, obviously, I need to play her, man. I need to play her properly, like properly, to see if we can increase that or decrease that time on field. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that, like, yo, she's an easy skip, and I'm like, bro, that's kind of wild, man. I guess maybe if you're not bothered about Camellia, and you also do have a really good sub DPS for her anyway in Sanhua, you don't get full use, but she is really good, and that rotation time for Sanhua is chef's kiss. Especially if you want a hyper carry, which Camellia is. But still, I don't know, man. After what I've seen of her, Richie, I do not see her as an easy skip at all.
She can fit into a lot of other teams as well, using the new kind of Havoc set that's out. So it's not like we haven't, like...
I think, even if you take Camellia out of it, I think it's quite useful to get a good sub-DPS support character for every attribute, really, just for future characters as well, because at the end of the day, support and sub-DPS characters are incredibly important.
Had any information about Roach before, and they've just leaked everything.
I know this game emphasizes main DPS the most, but,
the
sub-DPS is important.
Got a couple of more animations and cool kind of advertising for the game, which honestly I think is a positive for Wuthering Waves. It just kind of sucks that they did release that early for the Koreans, but hey, who cares? Obviously, she's going to be a gauntlet character. She's Havoc. You can get her in the limited convene. We don't know who the voice actors are.
Yo, Kaz is hitting us with his fucking breaking news right now. Bro, this is breaking news. She's a gauntlet Havoc user, and you can get her in a banner. Fuck, man. Yo. Shit, bro.
In the limited convene. We don't know who the voice actors are for the EN, CN, or Kia on this list, at least. So again, we have to wait and see how she plays.
I'm guarantee you know exactly what Kaz is doing right now. He's looking at his recording time and he's like, I need to get to 8 minutes. I need to get to 8 minutes so I get pre-roll ads. That's what he's doing, I guarantee you, man.
How she actually fits into the meta, because so far she seems to be pretty strong and works with a lot of different characters.
This changes everything, right?
Camellia, so
absolutely everything.
I definitely recommend to go and pull for Rocha, because she's going to help you out a lot with the whole basic attack damage bonus and also the Havoc damage bonus. Maybe we're going to get some more characters with Havoc and stuff like that in the future. But yeah, we've had this information for a little bit of a while. She'll be releasing on January 23rd.
Look, you know what?
Which is
I do like Kaza. I do. And I respect the content grind. I really do. Honestly, I do. I get milk so much by him. But hey, yo, that's on me. You know what I mean?
About 6 days' time. So if you haven't done your Carlotta pulls, definitely recommend go do that, because again, she's only got a few days left. I got S1, so, I'm pretty good. I'm very happy with her, 400k damage. So, we're doing pretty good. But overall, this situation kind of did disappoint me. And yeah, I don't know why the Wuthering Waves mods took it down, because honestly, they should be really transparent with what's going on. They didn't actually leak anything. The post literally took you to a removed post. You couldn't see anything. But hey, who cares? Obviously, let me know down in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that is a bad thing that's going on at the moment? Do you think Korea needs some better translators, needs some better kind of marketing teams and stuff like that? Because currently, it does seem like they're being let down a little bit. But yeah, that's what I got for this video, and I'll see
400k damage, really. I don't know. I've only got a standard. Doesn't seem out of the realm, though, potentially. Depends, obviously. I guess if you're running with Jeji as well. Maybe. I ain't got it built up yet, but, she's already doing pretty decent damage. on a resonant skill and a liberation. He's good at making me forget I'm wasting my time. Yeah, man. Hit me with the breaking news there. She's actually on a limited banner. That's insane. 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 So your reaction to Yango's woo video, and I mean, Stitches. Bro, I love Yango, I do. I love it. The crazy thing is, yeah, I started that video off pointing out that people don't seem to get this video satire, and then people commented on my video not understanding that it's satire, and I was just like, you can't even lead somebody to water sometimes, you know. Some people you just can't lead to water. You like lead them to water, they're dying of thirst. You like drink, and then they just start bashing their head off the floor, and it's just like, yeah, there's nothing I can do, man. There's nothing I can do. Wild. Fucking wild. I was watching a streamer earlier. He was only getting 140k and his echoes were decent. Yeah, I don't know. Like, off my resonance at the minute, like, I'm not built up and I don't even have full echo set, so, like, I'm getting, like, 50k, but, like, again, she's not fully built, so I'm assuming, like, when I'm built up, maybe around about 80 to 100k, potentially. Like, my biggest damage character is Jinsei in the game. Like, I've got no characters, copies of. The only limited character I've got is Shorekeeper, copies of. So, like, along with Shorekeeper with the buffs, you know, I can hit close to 200k with Jinsei. Like, that's on a nuke, you know what I mean? And crits and everything. So, like, that's massive damage, that is. It is actually quite big when I think about it. What is that? What's a C1, though? What does she get in her first resonance chain? People are memeing on HSR. Is it really that bad? I saw Gacha Smack saying that he didn't think the story was too bad, but he said the same thing as you. I think he got top-loaded. You know, he kind of got baited in regards to the cutscenes. I'm having an Echo XP tubes problem. I have echoes to roll, but no tubes to roll them. Yeah, it's fucking... That's Wuthering Waves in a nutshell, and it's just got worse. Like, I've got 6k... what's it? You know, your rolling materials. I forgot what they're called now. And echo tubes, absolute bitch. And do you know what I'm having a massive problem with the mini? Just even getting Glacio main stats on the new freaking Ice Sonata set. Pain, absolute pain. And then when I've actually managed to get a few, I'm rolling substats like defense and HP. It's just like, oh my god, bro. Gacha's community, I feel sometimes if I didn't pull it, yeah, dude, for reals, they're at for real. Like, it's actually mind-boggling to me sometimes. You know, and I know there's some kids out there, but I'm like, how do you feed yourself? You know? I feel like you must have to wear a helmet when you eat your breakfast, because, like, how are you struggling with this here, man? Like, the amount of times, like, I feel sometimes when I make videos that I over-explain myself, but even sometimes when I feel like I have to do it because I over-explain myself and people just totally miss the point and pick up something that I didn't say and make out that I was saying that. I'm just like, what am I fucking saying here, bro? You know? It's wild, man. There's two groups of people on the HSR story, the people that don't mind the story and how it's told and people that want to be entertained by the story. At the end of the day, anime mobile game story is really tough because it won't read the standards you want. Well, that's true, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I do want better stories, but I also, at the same time, it's not so much the story. I expect a good story, but I also understand that just the way the games are set up in patches and banners and everything's tied up in that storytelling is always going to be negatively affected in a gacha game because it has to be paced in a particular way. Stuff has to get condensed down and stretched out at the points where it probably shouldn't to fit the gameplay patch cycle and the character cycle and all that sort of stuff. So I think just by being virtue of gacha games, they're always going to, suffer a little bit, aren't they? You're never going to be able to have the same sort of pacing and conclusions, I suppose, you're going to get in a box game, you know, a box price game where it's a one and done. You start, you middle, you end. And even then, a lot of games have pacing issues in that regard anyway, don't they? Because just trying to make things work with the gameplay itself can cause storytelling issues sometimes. Yeah, you know, I think it's a balancing act that's quite hard to achieve. I think that's why sometimes I let a lot of things go in gacha games that maybe other people don't. When it comes to story, I'm quite easygoing personally. All right, let's
so
you know what?
Main things
We just got milked by Kaza. Hey, you know what? Call me a dairy cow. Call me a dairy cow. Let's go again. Let's go again. I'm curious to see what this is about because I haven't been keeping up on Wuthering Waves like yesterday. Well, the last 2 days really, because of getting hyped about Arknights. Let's see what he's got to say then. Wuthering Waves' biggest collab destroys the critics. Is this going to be another like burger chain in Korea or something somewhere? You know, it's like, oh guys, check out this collaboration. They're working with a 7-Eleven store in Seoul.
So one of the main things I said that could help Wuthering Waves grow, especially in version 2.0, is using collaborations and some kind of advertisement, because again, it's really helpful if companies kind of collaborate with each other, as it helps them get both exposed to more things, and Wuthering Waves have been doing that for the past couple of updates. But one thing that has kind of changed recently is that Wuthering Waves have been taking on a ton of new high-profile kind of advertisements and collaborations, which actually prove how much the game has grown, as well as really helping out how the game will grow in the future, because again, partnering with some big companies is going to help them grow in player base and also obviously in revenue as well. So what we're going to be doing in this video is going through some of the huge collaborations that are going on with Wuthering Waves at the moment and talking about why they're so good for the community and also how much they've
Didn't they partner with like a Japanese spa company before? That's kind of based when you think about it, really, isn't it?
actually grown since version 1.0, because it is very exciting to see Kuro Games actually stepping up their game a little bit like this, which I think a lot of players just don't really take for granted. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys do enjoy it, and also go to game service, use my code KAZA where you get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. I definitely recommend going over there. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff, they've got a ton of really cool merch, and also, you know, as I said, cups, things like that. So yeah, go over there, take a look, and yeah, let's get back into the video. So this is one of the first ones that I kind of saw, which actually interested me because, again, you know that Wuthering Waves, with their collaborations, do these really cool skin types.
We're going to hear these should be skins.
Things. Now, obviously, this is for the Taipei International Game Show. Now, this is less of a collaboration in terms of like, oh, they partnered up with some big food store or something like that. This is more a collaboration which actually makes sense and could bring in a lot of players. Now, the Taipei International Game Show is a pretty big game show, which again, I'm very excited.
I think these things are always good to do because if you can get you know, copies of your game playable in booths for people to try out, I think it's you know, it's always a good thing of potentially bringing in, you know, you're in the right space, aren't you? And you're giving people the opportunity to actually get a hands-on experience, I suppose, as well.
To see happening. It seems like Wuthering Waves are actually taking on a pretty big role in kind of partnering with them, with this being the first kind of marketing for it. And obviously, we've got the Rover, we've got
See, like, as well, this is where they'll be able to do more of this with Tencent, you know? Tencent's connections are going to be able to elevate these sort of things for Wuthering Waves. And I know Kuro were kind of doing these things anyway, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tencent were allowing these things to, like, you know, they were, you know, making these things happen anyway because they were already invested in the company and it was probably their connections that was, you know, facilitating these sort of things to happen, I would imagine.
And the other Rover,
just with their scale and scope.
Again,
right.
They all look really cool. I love the designs. I honestly wish all of these were skins, but again,
Bingo!
I don't think they will be, as we've seen with a lot of the previous Wuthering Waves collaborations. But also what they got over there is some other people attending the show. I think some of these are like a mix of voice actors and other kind of celebrities and stuff like that. Kind of presenting a lot of stuff to do with Wuthering Waves, which is really good. And then also we go over to some of the free stuff that they're getting, including a ton of like kind of like...
I don't think I've seen a character, a piece of art that they've done in a collaboration with whatever company where Kaza hasn't turned around and says... These should be skins. These should be skins.
Tickets and things like that, and different kind of merch.
Like, no offense. Why the fuck do I want to run around as Rover dressed like that? Like, nah, no thanks.
And then also we go over to some of the free stuff that they're getting, including a ton of like kind of like tickets and things like that, and different kind of merch which you can get, which is very cool. And as this person says above my head, I'm pretty sure all of these items are free.
Yeah, man, let's go fight Tacit Discords dressed like a mom on a school run. That sounds cool.
So this is a really good thing for them to be doing, especially if you give stuff out like this for free. Someone will attend the Taipei International Game Show, go there, get this stuff, because again, who's going to say no to free stuff? Bring it home and be like, oh, hey, I should probably play that game. That game that, you know, I took some free stuff home for, I should probably give it a go. Which again, is going to be very, very cool. And hopefully a lot of people do attend the Taipei International Game Show so that it gets exposed to even more people. And I do think it's a very good idea because obviously they are kind of targeting that audience. Obviously,
where is Taipei now? I'm sounding like a dumbass now. Is it in China? Oh, it's in Taiwan. I thought it was. I didn't think it was in China.
It's a game show, so these are going to be full of people
well,
who do
some
like
people
video
would
games
say
rather
it
than
is in
doing
China.
this kind of like widespread marketing.
Hey, I ain't
where,
getting
like,
into that.
It'll hit some people, but most of the time, you know, people won't really care. Whereas this, I feel like a lot more people would actually be interested because they're all there because it is for video games, it is for that kind of stuff. And we've seen them do that with like Tokyo Game Show and also with AGF in Korea. They obviously, you know, were the main sponsors of AGF, one of the biggest anime and gaming festivals, which obviously brought over a lot of players, and we saw a big increase in the Korean players coming over ever since AGF. So that's really, really good to see, and hopefully they do more stuff like this over in the West. Obviously, we've got quite a few pretty big, you know, conventions and stuff, especially in America. For example, like Anime Expo, you know, they got the convention in NYC, and also some other ones as well, which could really help them grow over in the West. And I feel like if
getting things like Gamescom as well, that'd be a big move. You know, trying to reach outside of the anime bubble. Now, of course, you definitely want to focus on your target demographic. But your target demographic are gamers as well, especially now it's on console. I think getting to something like Gamescom would be a massive thing for them. You know, people who ain't interested in gacha games, but then they're playing, they're like, holy shit, man, this is kind of a cool RPG.
they literally just opened up a booth and were just there, I honestly think it would actually help them a ton in terms of getting a lot more players. So that's really, really good. Now, obviously, if we go over to the next collab, which is probably one of my favorite ones so far that Wuthering Waves have ever done, is Wuthering Waves X Pizza Hut offline event details. So yes, they partnered up with Pizza Hut. Now, there is a little bit of PTSD from a lot of the Genshin Impact fans out there who, you know, remember what happened last time, you know, they collabed with Pizza Hut. It didn't go too well, but obviously I feel like Wuthering Waves probably have this done a little bit better. There probably aren't going to be any riots, and, you know, the police aren't going to have to shut down any kind of stores or anything like that. I keep forgetting, like, I think there was incidents between Pizza Hut and also KFC. I think it was like a mix of them. But honestly, it's super funny to see that happen.
Yeah, that was a KFC one, yeah. People were stealing the cardboard cutouts, weren't they?
Previously. Now, obviously, we have a little bit more details on what's actually going to be going on, and they say Shanghai pop-up fun at Balian ZX and a 3D screen showcase at Wujiaoqiang. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I scuffed that completely. Wonder Plaza, which again, really, really good to see. We also got Guangzhou car tours and Sidetic Tower light shows, which again is absolutely crazy. I don't even know how this has anything to do with Pizza Hut.
That's such a
it
cool
seems
scene.
Like they are really going super far with this, and it seems to be a
grab that sword with her feet, like.
So we're not going to be able to see any of this.
I mean, she can do some crazy things with those feet.
And Pizza Hut's over in the US or the UK or wherever you live, because again, it is Chinese only. They say there's a 5-city store manager event, a unique experience across 5 cities. And then finally, one of the most important ones, I think, in my opinion, is they've got 109 themed stores nationwide awaiting your arrival. That's a lot of stores. Now, obviously, there's probably quite a few more Pizza Huts than that in China, but 109 stores is absolutely crazy, and that's a lot of different, you know, stores for people to be coming in and actually being exposed to this kind of advertising. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be a Wuthering Waves collaboration without them adding skins, without them adding a kind of outfit design, and oh my god, Chang Li looks absolutely amazing. Holy crap. Jesus Christ. Obviously, you know, all of these are like dressed up in like a kind of nice casual kind of stuff, and then we got Chang Li here who's ready for like you know, a dinner party. Holy crap, Jesus Christ. But yeah, again, all of them look really, really cool, and obviously they're going to be the main mascots whenever it comes to this. Now, also what surprised me quite a bit is actually a lot of the merch coming with this kind of collaboration. Obviously, we've got like a Abby figure and things like this, which you can actually get. They did do a whole trailer on this, which was animated. Again, we can also see they've got like pictures of the characters being lit.
Sick though. Characters being lit up on the side of buildings. That's kind of cool. We don't, like, I suppose, you know, obviously, we just don't, I bet maybe you see it more in London, you know, because London does do a lot of this sort of stuff. You know, we just don't embrace this culture that much in the UK. Now, some people would say that's a good thing, but I kind of wish we did. As somebody who does enjoy anime culture, you know, I'm a big fan of Japanese culture, full stop. Now, I know these games are Chinese games, but you know what I mean? I would like to see it a little bit more in the UK, personally.
It's up on like big billboards, which again is really cool to see. Obviously, this is one of the...
And I think this will change, though, because anime culture has become massive in the West over the last decade, hasn't it, really? You know, when I was growing up as a kid, you know, watching things like Ghost in the Shell, Akira, Wings of Hominids, Pat Labor, and stuff like that. You know, none of my friends watch that stuff. Like, none of my friends. But then again, I was kind of like, I was a nerd that was a chav as well. You know, I used to doss around on the streets like a little renegade, but at the same time, I'd go home and watch Star Trek. None of my friends did, you know. So
the trucks, I think, which are gonna, you know, drive around, which really cool. Again, I think this is really cool, unique advertising. And obviously here we go, we got the Jinshi on the side of the tower.
Anime is more mainstream now thanks to Goku. I do think Dragon Ball Z was a massive gateway drug for the West, wasn't he?
Crazy to see. I can't wait to see that and people to, you know, take some pictures of it. And then obviously you get some free kind of stuff as well, which is really nice to see. And we keep going, and then yeah, more stuff. There's just a ton of stuff for people to do. And also, as I said, they actually showed off a trailer which you know, just kind of promoted some of this collaboration, and you know, they're making a pizza or something like that. But one really cool thing that I found was they actually added it in game too. So if you go to like a billboard location, you can actually see this playing, and I just thought that's a really nice touch in the game, because obviously a lot of these collaborations that we see in gacha games never actually get featured in the game itself. It's usually just an outside thing. So again, I just thought that's a really cool, you know, nice detail that they've added.
Makes sense to be doing stuff with Pizza Hut though, doesn't it, when it's set in
again, Pizza Hut is a massive chain, and we can see that we're actually stepping up the ladder in terms of what collaborations are going on, because before, in version 1.0 and stuff, the collaborations that were happening were a little bit, you know, they weren't like the best. Obviously they collaborated with r/gacha gaming. That tells you the kind of level of collabs they were getting at that time. They are really desperate for collabs, Jesus Christ. But now it seems like, you know, a lot of big companies like Pizza Hut are actually coming to them and offering them kind of collaborations and sponsorships, stuff like that, which will obviously help them out in the long run and in terms of players coming over. And yeah, it just kind of gives them a big rapport, because obviously now they can use it for other companies being like, hey, we've worked with Pizza Hut before.
I'll tell you what, Kuro, make an Abby plushie and I will give you my money. I've already given you my money, so you know, you've got me anyway. But can you please make an official Abby plushie that I can buy, please? Because as you can see, I'm a grown man who likes plushies. Okay, whatever. I've got a girlfriend, so you can say what you like. But I do. I like them. I'd like an Abby plushie. Thank you very much.
For stuff like that, which will obviously give them a little bit of leverage, and people will start to trust them a little bit more. Again, really cool. Then finally we've got the last one, which is actually happening today. It's the Mum's Touch collaboration. Obviously I've talked about this in the previous video.
I remember this one. The food looks kind of nice at Mum's Touch.
But at the time of recording,
is that in the
this has
Philippines?
just started, which is really exciting to see. Mum's Touch is a pretty big Korean chicken chain, which again is really great to see. And obviously it seems like they're doing some kind of giveaway events and stuff like that, which obviously a lot of people can get involved in. And obviously, yeah, I feel like this is another collaboration.
I like the name of that, Mum's Touch.
Well. Now, obviously in the future, I do want to see some other collaborations over in the West. I feel like a lot of this is very China, Korea, Japan based, which obviously is going to happen, because obviously Wuthering Waves is a kind of game, you know, made in Asia, stuff like that. So they're going to be, you know, more.
They should have a Carlotta campaign with the NRA in America. You know? Get the gun people into anime.
More receptive to that. But I feel like, you know, they have been, you know, pushing this whole thing of they want to be more global, and I feel like if they really want to do that, they should release some more events over here in the West. I feel like a lot of people would actually get really involved in it, especially if you just, you know, opened up a few things around a couple of cities. Honestly, I think that would be great. I would 100% go to it if something like that happened. It just seems like a really cool thing for them to do. So yeah, hopefully they do that. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you think they should?
I think I probably would attend something like that, you know, where they did like an event where there was like food and cosplay and maybe some like kind of live show stuff, maybe whether it's music in, you know, like, you know, they did like, I feel like that would definitely, especially in the UK, you know, even as cultures change in the UK, there is still a big appreciation for classical music and live classical music. I think if they did something where they had live music playing, because whether it's classical music or whatever, the UK is still a massive place for live music, isn't he? You know, we are a music powerhouse in the world in regards to, well, a superpower, what one would say, in regards to like music. So like, you know, something like that with music, food, some cosplayers. You know, I'd love to go to something like that. I would genuinely, and I enjoy it. I ain't been for years though, to be fair, but I do like expos. I used to go to Eurogamer a lot. You know. I've been to some, you know, anime expos, and I like going to stuff like that. I do. Now you definitely want to take a fucking. You could take some nose plugs, to be fair, because fucking Eurogamer, man, Jesus Christ.
Should add any kind of other advertising. What advertising would you like to see?
Some people don't know what a shower is.
Over here,
or deodorant,
or wherever you are, obviously. because again, I really think that, you know, it does help out. And I feel like a lot of people are missing out on a lot of these collaborative events, which obviously, you know, is a shame, but it is really good to see that they are performing super well in the countries that they are releasing them. Yeah, as I said, let me know down in the comments about that, and also leave a like and subscribe if you guys did enjoy this video, and go over to GameStubs, use my code CAZZO and get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. And yeah, that's about all I got, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all.
Okay, cool. I must admit, I do respect Kazza though, because like, I think his titling of videos is, you know, it's an art in itself, because Wuthering Wave's biggest collab destroys the critics. You know, critics in regards to what, like, and dude's like, you know, and he gets good views anyway off a video, you know, just talking about different collaborations really. I ain't capable of doing stuff like this, man. I ain't got the skills, bro. I ain't got the skills. Video titling is a fucking skill in YouTube. I ain't got it. You know what I mean? I ain't got it. I end up being too literal with my video titles. I should learn, man. I should learn. Definitely should learn. Alright, let's fucking play some Enfield then, shall we? Play some Enfield. We've been yapping too much. Let's do it. Let's do it. My mind went numb while watching this video. Fuck. Yeah, man, like, you know, I swear, if I made a video like that, 90% of the comments would be telling me I'm a prick. Honestly, I think I would.
Arknights.
What's going on, Soul? Yeah, damn right. You're damn right. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. The hub. Right. We've got mail. What's in the mail? Oh, is this a weapon? Are you missing items? The Jiminy. What missing item? Why was I missing that? What happened? Did I drop you? I've still got to get used to not spamming dodge. Can't help myself, man. I'm just so used to like Weaver and stuff. You know what I mean? We're gonna do a little bit of a extension on our base as well today.
Are you in need of assistance?
You know, really get into it. All right, let's go. Fix the hub, the base, the hub for the hub base comms node. There we go. We got there in the end. Words. They are hard. Words are hard. This streamer is having problems with the OBS crashing every time we went into the game's menu today. Oh, really? Interesting. See, I think I avoid a lot of issues now because I stream off a different PC that I play on. So, like, I avoided a lot of game-connected issues. But at the same time, I could probably be foul of them because basically what I do is I have OBS on my streaming PC, but I also have OBS on my gaming PC. And the reason I do this is because if you see some people when they're streaming sometimes and they get screen tearing, when you almost see that line through the gameplay of where the screen's basically tearing, you get that when you try and play at high frames on a dual PC setup. So I'm sending 120 FPS over to OBS, but obviously only streaming at 60. But if there's a way to get around it, if you open OBS up on your PC, create a virtual monitor, and then display this. So like if I go over here, so you guys see it again, because that's a third digital monitor, that is virtual monitor, and that alleviates a lot of like issues that you tend to get. But obviously if you're streaming off the same PC you're playing on, you know, How far are you into the story from what I've seen? Like 5-6 days and we kind of just go from NBC to NBC helping people who started off strong, but it's getting kind of boring. I am not that far in, to be fair. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to the story personally because I want to experience it when I first play it. But so far, again, you know, I'm liking a lot of things about this game. The story's just a typical gacha kind of story, really. One thing I will say about NPCs, though, some of the VAs for the NPCs are not great. They're kind of hammed up. Like, there's this one dude who was all like, and talking like that, and it's like, bro, you know? He's like, okay, calm down, man, calm down. The Iridium circuit of this machinery is completely fried. The administrator's intervention is required. Okay, we got a little puzzle. You can use your Iridium Arts authorization to repair and reconstruct damaged Iridium circuits. Drag and rotate Iridium components from the right onto the circuit board to provide the number of grids needed by each column and row. So like, I've just got to like the base building stuff. So like I'm not as far as probably the people you've been watching. Being at certain locations can help you recall special circuitry components and how to repair them. Okay. I think I get what that said. How about this? Oh, wait. Do I need to get the... Okay. I really wasn't paying attention to what it said. I can't... Oh, can I? Oh, look. Can I, yeah, can I read what you said again? Yeah, okay. Can I? Oh, no, shit. Right, what? I'm having to connect the two equals or something. I was not paying attention to what I'm supposed to do. Oh, okay, I can see what I'm supposed to do. Okay, alright, cool. I think anyway. Okay, alright. I think I'll get it. I think I'll get it. Sort of. I know I've got to get the numbers lit up more.
Welcome to Enfield Industries.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that the mission structure's kind of like that, though, Charlie. Because, as I say, the game does feel a bit like an MMO.
So many landbreakers! Help! Oh.
Did you meet the No-Bro NPC yet? I don't think so. I like the designs of some of the enemies, though.
A video message. According to its timestamp, this video was recorded shortly after the anchor fall.
Was it the No-Bro one I was talking about? The one who's got that voice and he's all like, he's really putting a hammed up voice on. If that's the one. Because, like, that dude was like, holy shit, bro.
That guy looks really different from the other LBs we fought at this place.
An LB mob raided Entree's base.
No, bro.
Another group attacked the Originium byproduct processing center. And then there's this group.
Dude, I love Chen's design.
Supervisor Perlica, our comms officer just analyzed all those delayed messages that came in. While our comms were down, the breakers simultaneously attacked multiple key facilities and sites throughout Valley 4.
Simultaneous attacks across an entire region. This doesn't make sense. The Landbreakers lack the organizational capacity.
So far, the VA for all the characters has been
Someone must be pulling
really decent,
the strings.
actually.
I have a feeling that the attack on the Administrator's aircraft was carried out by the same people.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Bro's just like, we can't just sit here and take the beating. I say we head out there and seize the initiative.
Agreed. We need to act and respond in kind.
Chen's so cute.
I say it's time for the Enfield counterattack.
I really
Before
like
we
her.
made our landing, I had Di-Jung contact all combat operators in the surrounding regions to reinforce our position. One of them is a Landbreaker specialist. His last reported position is just nearby. We shall rendezvous with him on our way to the Valley Fort.
Wait, Enman, before you set off, I actually have something.
Exploration of this game is kind of dookie. You can now equip operators with gear. Oh, I can do gear now, can I? Okay. Lovely.
My turn to have a go at this, right?
Okay. The 3 types of gear based on the equipping part: armor, gloves, and kit. Every operator can equip 4 pieces of gear, 1 armor, 1 pair of gloves, and 2 kits. Gear equipped by the operator will be displayed in the gear slots, right? The right side of the screen shows bonuses to various stats offered by the gear equipped by the operator. Click the gear slot to either... Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Click the gear slot to either equip a piece of gear or swap what is currently equipped. Click and select basic armor T1. This gives you a preview to the changes of various operator stats when the piece of gear is equipped. Okay, so we're increasing HP, attack, defense, strength, agility, and physical damage reduction is up 6.1%, okay? Gear can offer all sorts of stats, some may even offer additional skills. Oh, okay.
Thanks. This outfit's not too shabby at all.
Here you can equip each operator with 1 tactical. Once equipped, tacticals are automatically used by the operator when the criteria are met during battle. So is this kind of like a gambit? Use a gear screen to equip operators with various pieces of gear. Every operator can equip up to 4 pieces. Yeah, we just read that. Yeah, okay. Once equipped, tacticals are automatically used by the operator when the criteria are met during battle. Tacticals offer plenty of features to help you survive various combat situations. So yeah, I think it's kind of like a gambit, isn't it? I don't know if any of you guys have played Final Fantasy 12. Like, you have a gambit system in that, because obviously you've got AI characters in that, kind of like how you have in this. And it's not the same, but it's just making me think a little bit like that, where criteria is met. So you'll set up gambit systems, so your team, they'll attack, you know, they'll target the same enemy that you're targeting, or target the most dangerous enemy with the highest attack or the highest health. Or like, you know, heal characters when they get below a certain number of health and stuff like that, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I kind of like that, actually. That's cool. I like that. Makes sense. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay. Once equipped, item is automatically used below the holder's HP drops. See, so I was wondering this yesterday, actually, so this makes sense now, because it was like, you've got healing items to heal, and I was like, how are you supposed to use them in battle, because you can't get to your backpack? But I guess here we go, we pop them into the gear slot. Yeah, okay, all right, cool. Nice, I like it. Right, what does a skill scale off now, man? Are we
well, I'm glad it fits well and looks good. Another thing off my mind. When the anchor came crashing down on us, I did my best to keep my cool and soldier on. But truth be told, my mind turned into a total mess. We never had to deal with a disaster of this scale. Your intervention helped us through the worst of this crisis. You also sped up our recovery and post-disaster relief work. It is my genuine wish, on behalf of the hub base and all site personnel, to express our everlasting gratitude for your help.
I feel like this game has to have dungeon crawling.
I planned a nice little reception
you know,
for you.
Just the way the combat works and
at the base, I'll try to organize
the way your team set up. I feel like this game, man. You know, we need dungeons.
Supervisor Perlica,
give me some
and
raids.
Operator Chen, never bite more than you can chew. And do not press a desperate foe. It's always better to be safe.
I did that once, nearly choked to death.
You already did a lot.
True story.
Us, and people at the hub base only
I was out
wish to
with
see
friends,
you return
well,
safely.
work friends at the pub.
I understand.
I was eating steak. I definitely bit off more than I could chew. I started choking. I tried to swallow the bit of steak and I started choking. Like, this is how bad I am. I was starting to choke, and you know, I was like, oh shit, this is how British I am. I was like, this is going to be embarrassing to choke in front of people. Let's go to the toilets. So I went to the toilet and I was like, if I'm going to choke to death, I want to do it in private. I managed to get it up, like, you know. I was like, I can't choke at the table in front of people, man. That's embarrassing. We can easily handle the LB rabble. We'll get to the bottom of this.
All right then.
The interview said something about dungeons and base defense, if I remember. Yeah, I definitely think there's going to be some sort of base defense for sure. Because they did mention that when you play the game, didn't they? That, you know, you might have I forgot what the dudes are called, attacking your bases, so that'll make sense to like set up the turrets and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's going to be a major component to the game. But I definitely would like to see dungeons. I feel like dungeons would work really well in this game. Press hotkey L or hold and click Alt to gear assembly. Okay. When you're in AIC mode, you can view the gear you can assemble at this place. Wait. Oh, I can build gear. Oh, okay. Okay, to view the basic armor you just equipped. Can I build gear? Next, you can return to the pack in the core AIC to start gear assembly. Oh, so like what? Do I get like almost like blueprints and then I can start building that gear then? The ability to climb unhurt. It doesn't just feel good being restricted like that, especially when there are high places that are only a little bit high above you, but you can't reach them without running to the other side. I'll tell you what I would like. I'd like a mantle. A mantle would be nice. You want dungeons and everything. I do think it'd work in this though, because this game does feel like a single player MMO. You know what I mean? And like, it's just like, it feels like the way the combat works. It's built for dungeon crawling. It really does. It really does. Go to the valley, use a pack to make pieces of gear. Okay. Okay. Use the AIC to assemble various kinds of gear to improve your operator's combat performance. Click here and select basic armor. Assemble basic armor requires wood and original crusts. Okay. I need some more crust. I've got some. Yeah, I need to get some more. Oh, can I? Okay, yeah. Right. When you gain higher authority levels, you can unlock more gear stats to assemble more gear. Right, okay. So we're not going to be getting... gear from gacha then.
Essential resourcing location.
It's all going to be on well, like most games, it's going to be something we can obtain but via crafting rather than farming, should I say, not so much gacha. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Same sort of thing with farming, but in a different way. Again, this brings in like the survival crafting element to the game, I guess, doesn't it? You know? That's what I meant. I didn't mean gacha. Ignore me sometimes. I'm done. Oh shit! I need to refine that. Yeah. Have I got anything in the refining unit actually? Yeah, I have. Yeah. I'm gonna do his thing. I might need to rebind that. All right. Assembly complete.
My turn to have a go at this, right?
Not a problem. Leave it to me. They'll function as intended. Promise.
Look at electric damage, all enemies. Use 20% attack to the main attribute.
Missed me already?
So Will's going to be actually
called me all the way here, you might as well give me something to do. I'll do any work, just for you.
Quite important with her, and yeah. Okay. I want to craft, what's this shit here? What does this give us? This is for defense. Okay, so the main stats defense, secondary stats, strength, agility, HP. This gives us intellect and will. Might that not be better for her though? Because isn't will going to be a good thing for her?
This, right?
Okay, so she gets a lift. Strength extends the lift status, so you want strength. She wants to be leaning into strength then, doesn't she, to get extra lift. Okay. Yeah, let's make some, I'm gonna defense, strength, defense, intellect, will. So we definitely want to make some of these for Chen. Where are we getting the wood from there, then? Make some gloves for Chen. These ones, yeah. Yeah, bye.
Time for some exercise.
Give me them gloves. Give me them gloves.
Thanks. This
Got
outfit's
them bad
not too
boys on.
shabby at all.
We get a little bit of extra lift now, won't we? Right, where are we getting wood from now? I've totally forgot. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying forgot. I don't know where you get wood from. Can be gathered in the Mossfield region. Can be used to produce other materials. What's the Mossfield region? I'm guessing Solaria's the Mossfield region, yeah. Or is he? How do you get wood? It's getting early Terra Fancy vibes to the world, I don't know. The game does look like Xenoblade. I've heard other people say that, actually. But your craft equipment, yeah. Nah, that's fair, Charlie, that's fair. Yeah. Again, this game will not be for everyone. I think if you like RPGs that have AI teams, if you like MMOs, I think there'll be a lot that you get out of this game. And obviously, if you like crafting and base building, I think you'll get a lot out of this game personally. If you are expecting a Wuthering Waves experience in regards to combat and exploration, it's not going to be your vibe at all, I don't think. Personally, for me, I like it because, again, I like those sort of games anyway. So, like, you know, it's it works for me. I don't know. Do we get it? I don't. Can we? Maybe we get it off like picking plants. Maybe. Oh shit! No. We actually. Oh, we can farm trees, boys. Do they grow back? Oh shit! See, I like these kind of elements. I like these kind of elements. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I like the environmental integration in this game. It's actually kind of cool. Actually kind of cool. GG chat. GG, you were right. I thought I was a wacky, waveable, inflatable man. Let's go. I thought it was. I thought that was a meme then.
Time to wrap things up, people.
Could do it again. What's it? What's this shit?
Took care of the problem together.
She an Aussie? This is Amethyst. Yeah, we need to get a miner over here. Don't we get it mining that shit? Again, I've still got to like break myself out of the spamming of dodge. I'm still kind of like doing it. I'm spamming dodge when I shouldn't be, rather than using it a little bit more conservatively. I'll get there. I'll get there. I've got Wooer brain. That's what it is. What's this then? Gear part kit. What does this give us? Defense and crit rate. Okay. Lock templates below. Defense, strength. I want a main stat strength, man. Really, they're all defense. All of the gear parts give a main stat of defense. Then do they? I'm assuming there's different armor that does different things, right? Surely, as a main stat at least. Anyway. Yo, thank you very much for the subscription, whoever that was. Appreciate ya. Welcome. I don't know if that's from the stream or just from a video, but yeah, whatever. Let's make a jacket for with her. Am I gonna be better going?
My turn to have a go at this.
The other
right?
pig's farmer. I don't know where
Have
she
I been
okay.
summoned?
Okay, so HP treatment amount is based off Jaehee's attack and temporary attack to full. Okay, so we want to increase our attack, don't we? Really, that's what we're leaning into. Okay. This doesn't actually increase our attack at all, though, does it? This. Let's chuck these on. Might as well stick it on a tactical, right? Well, we'll just build one of these ones anyway. We're getting a little bit of strength 80. We're getting no attack though, are we? We're getting that sucks. I would like some attack, but we might as well build them for. We're getting a bit of extra defense, aren't we? Give us a little bit of protection. Let's build some gloves as well. We need to build the other one. Some gloves actually, don't we? I think those ones will work for the other chick.
My turn to have a go at this.
Have I been summoned?
Artifacts created with brand new technology.
Where is she? I forgot what she scales off now. I don't know what she actually scales off. Oh shit, we got a copy. Duration of all thunder lances plus 30 seconds. Nice.
Now this is a
ultimate
great
energy cost for
place to
casting
start.
ultimate. Okay, so what have we got then? How do we look at the? That's the potential effects. Here we go. So that gives us plus 30 seconds on our thunder lances. Battle skill whirlwind damage plus 100%. Nice. Nice. All right, we're a little bit stronger. All right, let's get to the valley pass then, shall we? Do you know what though? I want to connect. Yeah, let's can I? Does it have more refined? No, it doesn't. No. Actually, I think I can build this just free of that, can't I? I don't need to actually do that, do I? Can I stick this on here without? Oh, I cannot mine this. Oh, I guess I need an upgraded. Rig then. Yeah. All right. Okay. Makes sense. Typical crafting stuff, isn't it? You know, certain materials you're gonna need better gear to make it happen. So yeah, makes sense. Think attack is tied to the weapon. I think you're right. Yeah. I was just curious if some gear would be, you know, so you can build specific gear sets for specific characters. But yeah, you know, so far that's what I've seen.
Indeed. It's our only way. Get it done, Chen.
I'm used to the Woomer explanation, which allows me to get... Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I totally understand that. I think for me, I'm just into variety in that stuff. And I'm not saying you're not at all, because it's a totally valid point, in my opinion.
Raider mob Perlica. I noticed them fighting as a team in my first pass.
I'm taking hits.
Careful, this might tickle a bit.
Bitch. Oh shit. You just saved our ass. You're looking like Dante then. Furry Dante.
A brave one. I'm impressed.
Project 2/3 looks really good in regards to. I think people who really enjoy Wuthering Waves traversal. I think Project 2/3 will be a good one, because like obviously there's flight and everything in that. It looks like traversal's a massive thing in that game.
That's how Supervisor Perlica usually introduces me. 2 words that go straight to the point.
Wolfguard is an Enfield specialist tech division operator. He's an expert in covert combat, solo operations, and landbreaker issues. You can trust his skills.
Do they have to have special toilets?
Wolfguard.
Or do they just have to poo in the bushes?
That you should never, ever point your gun at a fellow Enfielder. Have I made myself clear?
You know?
Crystal clear, Supervisor Perlica.
Does he need to go on the toilet backwards? Does he have to cowboy straddle the toilet?
You have my
Where's
most
your tail
sincere
gonna go?
apologies.
You have to put it up your back so your tail's up here.
Catello Wolfguard,
You're on
Enfield
the toilet,
Specialist
right?
Tech Division.
You know?
I typically do things that only mercs would do, and I'm yours to command during the contractual period.
Why's your tail's going to end up down the bog and you're going to shit on it? Yeah? These are the thoughts that come to my mind. Perform headhunting to look for more operators to support your endeavors. I ain't got no shit, bro. I'm broke. Oh, man. Oh, I've got a little bit, actually. Okay, oh, wait. How many of these have I got then at the minute? Alright. 10 pull baby gamba. Let's go. Let's go. I don't think we've got any 6. Oh, I think we've got 2 5-stars. I think there's 2 5-stars. Oh, shit. 3 5-stars, yeah? That'll give us 1,500 currency at least, yeah?
Tech Division. I typically do things that only mercs would do. And I'm yours to command.
So you get 50 for 4 stars, 500 for 5 stars, and 1,500 for 6 stars. So in theory, if you do 40 pulls, you'll end up with 2k Arsenal tokens. So 60 pulls will make it so you can do a weapon pull, yeah? Or guarantee you, yeah, you'll be able to do a weapon pull. So, oh, is that right? Actually, yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, that's right. But obviously, if you're getting 5 stars and 6 stars in there as well, then, you know, you're going to jump that up. But I think you're guaranteed a 6-star in about 120 pulls, aren't you? You're going to guarantee yourself 2 6-star characters. And more than likely a 6-star weapon. Because if you're getting 2 6-star characters, you're getting 3k alone off those 2. And then all the other... Yeah, so yeah.
Catello Wolfguard. And... Catello Wolfguard.
Oh, shit.
Ken, Enfield Specialist Tech Division. And that's enough big words for now. Hurry up and take me to the mission site, Administrator.
The weapon banner at 40 pulls. So... on the sub gacha system, so like you can obviously just buy weapons out straight, but if you want a 6-star weapon, you're guaranteed a 6-star weapon at 4 rolls, which costs 2,900 about. So you're talking 3k armory credits, which I'm just going off if you're only getting 4-star characters, would work out to that many pulls. But you need to times that by 4. So you'd be more talking like 160 pulls then. But that's saying you didn't get any 5 stars or 6 stars, which is impossible. Because you're going to guarantee at least 2 6-stars, which would give you another 3k anyway. So that'll be another pull on its own on the banner, on the weapon banner.
I am Ekut. Call sign is Arklight. I am not a
I'm going to have to try her out, actually.
But I wish you well, and may you flow like a swollen river.
So we got 500 off her there.
Greetings. I'm your special liaison for...
Catello Wolfguard. And... Catello Wolfguard.
Holy shit, bro.
Greetings.
Oh, we got Panda.
I've spent a year working in all sorts of factory and the shops. But I prefer being a kitchen chef. If you need a pan for a job, you know who to look for.
Okay. I like this dude's nature as well. Okay.
Greetings, Administrator.
Oh, we got a few copies of her now.
There are times when you can actually rely on me.
And you want to get characters off this banner as well, don't you? Alright, nice, man. Three 5-stars of a temple. I'll take that. So what? We're talking here, what? 1,500, 1,650, 17, 18, 1850 right there. Just for this 10 pull, which is taking us like halfway to a pull on the weapon banner to guarantee us a 5-star. So really, if we had these sort of pulls, you know, you'd probably do it within what? Times this by 2 again. Obviously, if you got the same thing, obviously RNG's a factor. Then we'd have 1 pull on the banner. So yeah, to guarantee ourselves a weapon, if our pulls was like this, we'd be talking what? 20... Be 80 pulls, wouldn't he? Be 80 pulls, I think. This is girl math, so ignore what I'm saying here. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. We'll have a look properly. Okay. Can do 2 pulls, yeah. Right. I like the pull animation as well.
Capello Wolfguard.
Holy shit, man. I think we fucking stacked this dude up, didn't we?
Greetings. I'm your special liaison from Rhodes
Right.
Island.
Send over
Codenamed
to here.
Snowshine. I'm
So,
a
we can
professional
do it.
engineer
Let's do a
and
pull
polar
on this
search and
then
rescue
now.
operator.
So-
Get me on the team if you have a mission at the ice fields or snowy mountains.
8 attempt guaranteed for 6-star. I could have swore this said... Oh, no, wait. Wrong thing. Get at least 1 piece of 5-star or better for a better weapon with every 1-star issue attempt. Get at least 1 piece of 6-star or better weapon with every 4 issue attempts. Issues 10 random weapons. Get at least 1 piece of 6-star or better weapon. 1 piece? Is that the weaponing type? Let's fucking pull it. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got a 5-star in there. Which makes sense, because... Okay. Okay, so we got a weapon here. 4-star weapon. Oh, this is like a rectifier. Oh, they're called orbiters. These are like rectifiers, basically. Okay. Contingent measure. Okay, what's this we got? The Mohan. So what does this give? Space attack plus 42. Will boost EX. Nature damage boost. That'll be good for app. Actually, I don't know what the panda uses. What does the panda use?
Can't cross the bridge. Maybe we should check its switch. My turn to have a go at this, right?
So yeah, okay. So I think I get it. So yeah, basically what I was saying. You're going to need 4 of those 10 pulls to guarantee a 6-star weapon. Now, where the problem comes in there is... Obviously, the weapon's going to be random. You're going to get a 6-star weapon, but it's not like you're pulling on a particular weapon banner. You know what I mean? So it's like, it might not be... It's probably going to be viable for one of your characters, but is it going to be viable for the character, you know, or, you know, that you've maybe just pulled? You've just got a new 6-star. Is this weapon going to be relevant to them? Maybe not. You know? Yeah, it's kind of, they're kind of like rectifiers, aren't they? You know, if we go to her, this is all they remind me of. They remind me of rectifiers from Wuthering Waves. One thing I do like, though, say, look, this is a weapon. I don't know what the fuck ever you call it, staff, right? If you replace the rectifier, it actually changes the rectifier in here, you know. I think that's just got a nice little touch, that is. What does she do? She's not nature, is she now, if I remember right?
Time for some exercise.
I am currently on standby.
She's cryo, isn't she?
What
I've
is
got
it?
it.
Oh, of course.
So
You're
he's
the boss.
nature.
You point the way.
Okay, he's a sword user.
What do you want to learn today?
She's
Don't
lightning.
Tell me about it. My ears are all
That
yours.
new character on the banner is
My turn to have a go at this, right?
is nature though, isn't she? What is she though? Is she what kind of weapon? She's a sword user. Yeah. So yeah, it's no good. It's no good for anybody. It's not. It'll probably be good for her actually. Yeah, it'll be good for her. That weapon will be decent for her actually because she's nature damage. Okay. So if we get her, that weapon will be decent for her. To be fair. Okay. All right. Cool.
The more, the merrier.
You know, let's level back characters a little bit actually.
Right?
Have I been summoned?
My turn to have a go at this, right?
Right.
It feels like ascending to a
don't know
new
if it's
stage
just-
of martial perfection.
Oh shit, those blues. Those are a massive jump up there. Oh yeah, if I can just do that then.
Have I been
I'll level it up
summoned?
as well. Oh shit, those blues make a big ass difference, bro.
The quality of my services has been improved.
I suppose it makes sense. Oh, we are early on. It's gonna, isn't it? Really. Stick a tactical in for her as well. What does this do? Use this to instantly restore ultimate energy. Ew, Okay, so once equipped, item is automatically used if the holder's HP drops below 60%, 50%, 60%, 60%. Max uses per battle 3. Does that go across all characters though? I mean, let's equip it and see what happens. You know, so when does she use it? Does that like include all the uses per battle? Does each character get to use it 3 times per battle? I'm not too sure. I do like the I guess you could call it like a gem slot system, yeah. Yeah, kind of like a rectifier, really. I like this. It's pretty much 3 per character. Nice, appreciate it. Pretty much a gem slot system. I like that. You know, doesn't get consumed. You can switch it off, put it on a different weapon if you choose to as well. Always nice to have something like that in a game. I don't know if you've got anything for this yet. All benefity. Intellect boost. Right, start to stagger when HP is about 80%, attack is increased. Oh yeah, that's good for us actually. So we want our attack to increase for a healing, don't we? Should we level up our weapon a little bit? Just take it to 10 for now. I ain't going to spend too much on these, I don't know, we're in a bait, it doesn't really matter, but I ain't going to spend too much on these, lowly weapons. Not much point. You can find weapons around the map as well, can't you? Which is kind of nice. Alright, let's get back to it then. Oh, I need to connect it up, yeah, okay.
The switch right here is definitely used to lower the bridge. Oh, the switch isn't working.
Depending on the number of pulls each patch would give you, it could be really difficult to guarantee the 6-star weapon you want in this game because you need 120 pulls to get them and it doesn't carry over.
Switch boxes.
We must reconnect it to an electrical grid, like the one provided by the PAC.
Well, the 120 pulls banner specific doesn't put carry over. Your 80 PT pulls though. Your 80 PT pulls. So like the banner, the weapon will be a little bit harder to come by. You're gonna be able to get I hear it doesn't carry over after the 50-50. Well, if you get to the 50-50, obviously the pity resets at 50-50. You know, so say you're doing your pulls, you hit 50-50, and the pity resets then, but the pity on the 50-50 is pulled. Where is it? Yeah, the headhunting banner has 120 attempt guarantee to give featured up to 6-star operator. This guarantee can only trigger once and will be reset when the headhunting banner expires. The guarantee will not carry over to the subsequent headhunting banners. Where is guarantees. Here we go. Base drop rate. Operators and 10 attempt guarantee. Guarantees from LT can carry over to this banner. So your 50-50 carries over. So say if you got 70 pity deep and you didn't pull on this banner, your 50-50 pity would carry over. You know what I mean? Your guarantee wouldn't though. Because if they let you carry the guarantee over, that I suppose it'd you know, that'd be too, I guess, easy for the players then, wouldn't it, I guess? Your 50-50 is pulled, basically. You make 65 head on in a 10, so again a 6-star. You get 5% drop rates for 6-star operators. Drop rate is reset once you get the 6-star operator. So you got your 50-50. Either save 120 or character or gamble 50-50 every time. Yes, as far as I'm aware, the 80 carries over. So you so pretty much your standard pity or your standard system in like Wuthering Waves. Say you get 75 pulls, you know you're guaranteed a character within the next 5 pulls. That'll carry over, but the guarantee of the banner character won't. That just resets every single banner basically, and as soon as you get it, obviously it resets as well. Because, you know, makes sense, doesn't it? You better saving up for the... Well, yeah, when you think about it, if you go for the 120, in a sense, that's guaranteeing you 2 6-star characters, which when you think about it, it's a cheaper system than Wuthering Waves, because you have to, like, well, obviously, we're going into the RNG now if you've gone full pity and lost your 50-50. So maximum it takes you to guarantee a banner character for Wuthering Waves is 160. Now, that's very rarely that's going to happen, because you might win your 50-50, you might win your 50-50 early, you might lose your 50-50 early and get both 2 characters within 80 pulls at it. You know, it might happen. But at least with this, you know for a fact you're getting the character and the potential of another character as well within 120 pulls, which I don't think that's a terrible system. So I guess it kind of then the less generous, or not so much the less generous, but I suppose the larger RNG factor comes in then to your weapons, you know? Because obviously, this is going to take you 4 runs at just shy of 3k to guarantee you a 6-star. Now, you might get it on the first time you roll. I didn't. But at 4, you're going to guarantee to get one. Now, will it be this? Maybe. Or will it be this? You know. Now, obviously, if you're pulling a banner character at the moment that this would be really good for them, you might get shafted and pull this. So, I suppose that's where the extra level comes in. But at the same time, though, you know, you can go for a 5-star option or like a 6-star option here. You know, you can buy this straight out, which, you know, if you've got a character that this fits for, kind of cool. So there is the option to avoid the RNG there. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a thing that resets. So, you know, it might be a good thing to just save your Arsenal credits, waiting for store resets to hopefully come up with a weapon that's going to be really useful for your character. Now, I'm going to assume the best weapons probably will be in here, because at the end of the day, it's a gacha game, so that, you know, the best stuff is going to be the harder to obtain stuff, isn't it, at the end of the day? But, you know, I would imagine these would be like, maybe potentially, it's not in here, and I don't know if it is at all. Let's have a look, actually. Drop rates. Okay. Ceramic issue now available. Weapon feature, the 5th heirloom. Each issue gives 10 weapons. Weapon drop rate of this arsenal issue banner 4%. Every 4 issue attempts is guaranteed to drop 6-star weapon. This guarantee is not shared with other arsenal issue banners. So this does reset then. And if you've pulled 3 times, you need to make sure you pull the 4th time on this banner. Otherwise, you're going to be starting from 0 again on the next banner. Base drop rate of 5-star weapons on this arsenal issue is 15%. You can get at least 1 piece of 5-star or better with every 1 issue attempt. So you know you're going to get a 5-star every issue attempt. And this arsenal issue banner has an 8 attempt guarantee to give the featured weapon the 5th heirloom. This guarantee can only trigger once, will be reset Oh. Oh, so there is a guarantee to this then. Ah, that's what it meant then. Okay, okay. So, 4 rolls guarantees you a 6-star. 8 rolls guarantees the weapon. So, I'm going to assume this weapon is... can I look at the weapon itself a sec? I'm going to assume this weapon works really well for... I'm going to assume this works really well for this character at the moment, yeah. I'm going to assume it works really well for her. I would assume so. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. I get it. So, coming by the characters, easy. Coming by the weapons, not so easy. So, you're talking... What? Let's work it out. Let's go for the worst of the worst look, even though this is... Well, you're guaranteed what? A 5-star for every 10 pulls, right? Look, let's go off the worst look here. Let's go off the worst look. Let's whip the calculator out on the phone a second. Right. Right, so... Let's go with your worst look. You're getting 9 4-stars and 1 5-star. So, that's going to be 9 times 50, right? Which is giving you 450. And then plus 500. So, every 10 pulls, at a minimum, you're getting 950. Okay? So, let's times that by 4. That gives you 2,450. Let's times it by, what is it? It was 980, yeah. So, timesing it by 5 is going to give you 950. Which, that's at your worst possible look. So, let's say, and you're not going to get that look. You're just not, you know, you're probably going to get, like, another freaking 5-star at some point in the way there. I would imagine anyway. So, 50 pulls will guarantee you, you'll be 30 short, but let's just say it's pretty much guaranteeing you a roll on this, okay? So it's going to cost you, what? 200 pulls to guarantee a 6-star weapon. And then 400 pulls to guarantee the weapon banner. You know, to guarantee this one, I'm assuming, right? The 5th heirloom. Which is kind of insane if that's right. But that's at the lowest level. That's at, like, you know, you're getting 1 5-star for every 10 pull. Which we've seen just got 3 5-stars. But of course, you got to look at the lowest end, haven't you, in the RNG, because, you know, that's, you know, I know it's the extreme, but that's how it's going to be for some people sometimes, isn't it? So potential of up to 400 pulls to guarantee the weapon banner. But it's not going to be 400 pulls guaranteed, because 2 of those pulls within the first 120 are going to be 3k on their own, you know? So that's going to be pretty much 1 pull there. So for every 120 pulls, you got to write off a pull anyway. So it will build up a decent amount, but like, yeah, I reckon you're probably looking at maybe what? I think to get yourself the weapon, let's say if you've got semi-decent luck, you might be looking at about 200 pulls roundabout. Obviously, this is girl math here, and I've got nothing to base this on other than, like, you know, let's just say an average, around about 200 pulls. So 200 pulls will get you guaranteed 2 6-stars, potentially more, and the weapon banner as well, and another 6-star weapon as well. So you're going to get 2 6-star weapons, 1 including the weapon banner, and at least 2 characters. Eight is too much for a weapon. If I get a 6-star character in 10 pulls, then I won't have enough for weapon banner unless there's a different source for weapon gacha currency. 8 is too much for a weapon. If I get a 6-star character in 10 pulls, then I won't have enough for weapon. Well, if you get a 6-star character in 10 pulls, you'll get 1,500 Arsenal tickets right there. So you'll be halfway to be able to pull on the weapon banner. 200, wouldn't that be, yeah, it would, yeah. Yeah, it would, yeah. Because you'd be in the 80 pity again, wouldn't you? Yeah, you're right, yeah. Yeah. So you'd be 3 6 stars. So then you could add another 1,500 on again. So, yeah, I'm going to say you're probably looking at anywhere in the region of 200 pulls to get yourself the guaranteed weapon banner, along with 3 characters, give or take. Give or take. You know, obviously, if you go to the extremes and you're just getting 9 4 stars every banner and 1 5-star, then you're going to extend it a little bit, you know? How easy to get the currency to pull? So far, I haven't found an abundance, but I haven't really been doing too much. I've kind of been fucking around, if I'm honest. As a free-to-play, better pay you in that 50-50 or get screwed, depending on the amount of pulls a patch gives me. I might have to skip and hope I like the next banner character. Well, I suppose it depends where you're at with your Arsenal tickets, doesn't it? You know, it might benefit you to lose your 50-50 in as well, not to lose your 50-50, but like getting those extra pulls in anyway, because like the pulls are giving you pulls for the weapons, aren't they? You know what I mean? So it's like a symbiotic relationship, isn't it? The more pulls you do, the more pulls you gain for the weapon banner, don't you? But it is a little bit convoluted, but I think obviously it's designed to be like that, isn't it? To get you thinking, wait a minute. What's the rate up, sorry? So 8 is going to give you a guarantee, but what's the rate up? 5th heirloom, 25% to appear. Base drop rate's 4%. 25% chance to appear. Base drop rate 80. Okay, so your base drop rate's 4%.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Yo, cheese, what's up, bro? So when you get to the 4 pulls, you've got a 25% chance for it to appear. Okay. So a 1 in 4 chance at 4 pulls and a guarantee at 8. %'s low, yeah. It basically, unless you have God luck, you are gonna be getting it at the 4 pulls or 8 pulls, basically. I don't think it increases once you can pass 4 pulls, does it? Oh, right here. Drop rate of this Arsenal issue, 4%. Every 4 issue attempts is guaranteed to drop a 6-star. This guarantee is not shared with the other Arsenal issues. 5 stars, 15%, you get 1 piece. Yeah, the Arsenal banner has 8 attempt guaranteed to give the featured weapon. The guarantee can only trigger once. Will be reset when this banner expires. Acquiring weapons from the Arsenal issue also gives AIC permits. What are the AIC permits now? What do you use those for? Okay, so that's kind of good though. So you can roll your weapon pulls back into mats. So that's a little silver lining. That's a little silver lining. Is it like, well, if you was looking at a standard banner, then no. You know, if it was a character banner, you'd be like, fuck, that's decent. Because you're usually looking around about, what, 0.5 to 1% or something like that. But we're looking at a percentage of 8 pulls, aren't we? You're talking, what? 80 weapons. You're getting a 4% chance in 80. See, it's not terribly low. Well, you're probably not going to get it before that 4th pull. That's for sure. But once you get to that 4th pull, you've got a 1 in 4 chance of getting it then. Which at that point, it's not too bad. I need a 20-minute video on this system. I might have to make a video because a few people was asking me in the comment section and I was trying to explain into all the comments and they was like, I don't know if I'll get you. And I was like, I don't know if I'll get myself actually, if I'm honest. The fact of the matter is, right, let's have a look at the weapon a second. Yo, Cheese, what's going on as well? I'll hijack with some Coca-Cola. I'll hijack with some Coca-Cola, bro. It's got water in it, right? It's got water in it. Let's actually have a look at the weapon. How important is the weapon going to be for her character. Right, let's have a look at her character a second first, right? Let's go to her character. Let's have a little look at her.
Standing back.
Just point
Wait,
the way.
has this banner changed? Or am I tripping and thinking of I'm thinking of one of the
Just point the way.
Wait a minute. Which character was I? Hold up. Okay, that's it.
My crusade is far
I was looking at the exclusive headhunting. My bad. So is this gonna work? This is gonna work for her, right? So hold up. Let's go back to the LTL. Sorry. Yeah, I'm tripping. It's all it was is because I was thinking of the starter banner thing. Like, you know what I mean? I was tripping. I was thinking of Emma.
Do you have a combat mission
When I looked at her, I was like, wait a minute. She's different. Right. Let me look at her. What is she? So she's a sword user, right? Okay. So,
Just point the way.
Heat damage, heat reduction, heat infliction to enemies with a medium area effect if an enemy is hit by their skills, defeated. Summon Giant Blade of Fire that makes the Leviathan controlled operator. Enhance is basic attack for 15 seconds with Giant Blade striking the other operator. Each basic attack sequence deals more heat damage, while second and fourth basic attack sequences also deal heat infliction.
I'll follow your orders.
So intellect
but know that I have zero
is
tolerance with micromanagement.
a thing for her, right? So what's this weapon? You did say it was intellect, right? I think it is, isn't it? So yeah. So this is obviously going to be good for her. Because of the intellect boost, which is 30%, plus 30 intellect. Can I look at that at a... I can't look at it at the base level, can I? Basic attack damage boost of 23%. Right, so this is going to be good for her. Can you... When you pick her up, does she come with like a... Does she come with a weapon or something then, does she?
Tell me about your strategy.
Right. So you get plus 30 from that weapon. Which off the base of it doesn't sound insane. So it's like, is it even a necessary weapon? Let's go into the Arsenal Exchange and look at some of the other weapons then. What does this give us? Agility boosts. Agility boosts. It's probably all going to be. Main attribute boosts. This isn't even a sword, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so your swords are all giving you agility boost. Does it show you the pool of 4-star weapons? 5-star weapons. Okay, the grand finale, contingent, measure long, road howling. Are they in the here's the grand finale. I got one of these, right? Oh, sorry, so you get an intellect boost of 21% here. So it's not even like a necessity, you know? The system is like roll character and you get free weapon pulls. Yeah, pretty much, yeah, pretty much. What's going on, Rishi? You are going to get like signature weapons. You are going to get signature weapons, but I think she does scale off intellect, right?
Do you have
Let me just look at her a second. So she, because like it's the highlighted, the highlighted what's it right where the scale off, yeah?
Right?
Like she scales off agility, right? Is that how it works?
Have I been summoned?
She scales off will, yeah, because... Oh, no, wait there. She scales off her attack for that, right? Does she? I'm not too sure. Okay, I'm questioning everything now. Will influence the amount of treatment received by character. Currently giving the character 3.9% treatment bonus gives 20% attack to the main attribute. Okay. Yes, okay. So right, yeah, okay, yeah. So the lit one's the main, and then okay, right, okay. So yeah. So she scales off intellect then. So intellect is a weapon. You definitely want a weapon that's got intellect with her then. Okay? Which you can get. I've got a weapon now, and you could buy a weapon in the store with 21 intellect. Oh yeah, my bad. Let me hide my camera a second. So yeah, if I go to Leviathan,
Just point
right?
the way.
See this here? This is a main stat. So if you go into attributes here, intellect's a main, strength's a secondary. So you want good intellect and you want good strength. So you're going to want a weapon that scales off intellect and secondary strength, which of course the banner weapon has 30 plus intellect. If we go back to the Arsenal exchange here, we can see intellect boost plus 30. And that's it. Like, there's no strength in here as well. So you're gaining plus 30 intellect boost. But if you go back to the store here, and for 50, but fucking 50, that's cheap. So for 50, you can get the grand finale. And you can get a 21 plus intellect boost. Now, obviously, your base attack's going to be lower. What's your base attack? 291 in comparison to... In comparison to 445. So, obviously, you're getting half the amount of base attack, which, of course, is going to be a thing. But the actual main stat potential isn't much different. But that base attack is a big factor, you know? It's whether the base attack's more important than the main stat, you know what I mean? Which I would imagine it probably is anyway. And now, like, can you negate that by scaling her intellect off gear, potentially?
My turn to have a go at this, right?
Didn't we have a... I'm going to have to go back to the base, aren't I? This gives us agility. What wasn't there a pair of these gloves? And one of these outfits had an increase in intellect, didn't they? So you're going to potentially be able to get... Obviously, if you're min-maxing, you're going to want that sword, aren't you? But looking at it, it doesn't seem like it's an actual must-pull, that weapon, to get the most out of that character, if I'm honest. Yeah, like we was gacha system too, since the corals allow us to get more dupes for the characters we want to. Yeah, that's got a system like this as well. Alright, no worries, Kathy. No worries. So yeah,
for some exercise.
if you go to the banner, get to the Arsenal exchange, and then get to the the certificate exchange. Depends on endgame. Oh yeah, well true, yeah. But obviously, just going off the, I guess, looking at the overall look of the stats, plus 29 compared to plus 30. You know what we're talking there? We're talking 30% more, which is a big jump. But that attack is the difference there. You're getting 30% intellect, 30% intellect jet, and then double the attack almost. So it's a difference. You know, it's whether you can find some weapons that are a little bit in between that maybe have not as high of an intellect, maybe, but potentially have a lot better attack. Then again, though, I don't know if that weapon's at, like, because you can synchronize weapons in this, can't you? I'm pretty sure you can, right? Is that at its max, like, what's he? I'm not too sure. I think you can synchronize weapons, right? You can, right? Let's have a look at the skill details on that weapon, actually. I guess that's an important factor we're missing here. Okay, so we get plus 30 on intellect. Basic attack damage plus 23. Oh. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Oh, shit, everything's different now. Why does that already give us the intellect? So is that how it comes, 3 and 19? Oh, okay. Okay, so we're talking plus 90 when he's maxed out, right? I'm reading that right, yeah. Is this for dupes, though? I think you can check upgrades for weapon dupes in the database section if you want to check. Those are for essence upgrades. I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I think so. Hold up, let's have a look. Because,
My turn to have a go at this, right?
Have I been summoned? Standing by.
What is it? I'm ready.
Let's have a look at this a second. Obviously, we can't do that at the minute. I don't know if that is just for like this potential. It's 1 of 7. I'm not even sure. I need to kind of interact with some of the... Let's get on with the game, because I think we need to interact to actually see what the fucking crack is. I'm not gonna lie, it's convoluted as fuck, though. I will say that. It seems convoluted as fuck at the minute. But then again, a lot of gacha games do tend to be overwhelming. It's just that it is kind of gotten convoluted, I'm not gonna lie. Can I actually set up my 4th character now, can I? Can I actually do it now?
You're here.
Oh shit, sweet. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Going on a mission?
I think I'm gonna bring her in. She's ranger.
It is time to take another step forward.
Yeah, nice one, appreciate ya. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, she's basically like a wand, yeah. I like her animations, man. Alright, sweet. Let's go.
Hi, folks. The hub-base crew has prepared several relay towers for us. Let's use them to connect the bridge to the grid.
I'm not gonna lie. Even when I was reading through that myself, I'm like, okay, I think I'm starting to work this out now. And then I'll be like, actually, no, I think I'm more confused than I was 5 minutes ago. You know? Fuck. Yeah, it's so needlessly confusing. It's like they're trying to hide the details of this system. Yeah, I think sometimes that's like what some games do. Like, they want to confuse you into, like, not even necessarily hiding it, but so you end up starting into it, and then you're like, well, I'm halfway through now. I may as well carry on kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? It definitely is a little bit convoluted, though. Definitely. Okay. Every region has its own protocol capacity. Placing facilities outside the core area will use up this capacity, and different facilities use up different amounts of capacity. When a regional protocol capacity is being maxed out, no more facilities can be placed in that region. Okay, makes sense. Okay.
The cable is too short, Edmund. We must deploy more relay towers to relay the electricity to the bridge.
Oh, okay.
If it were up to me,
So I can put as many
engineering
things in
division
this
to make
space as I can fit. Is that what that's
Guard,
basically saying?
got a question for you.
I don't think they're trying to hide it on purpose, but I get you. Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's like, oh, we've got a nefarious system that we don't want to... I think sometimes these games...
I heard that our landbreaker specialist
There definitely is psychological things there that they try and confuse you into stuff sometimes, aren't they? I just think it's not laid out as good as it could be laid out, but it's a beta. We're going to experience things like this where it's like, I don't even know what this fucking means.
Differences between the pack and the bone
So, yeah.
We are,
At least on the character gacha, I think the character gacha is more than fine. And I guess we'll see. What I need to do really is get through 120 pulls to really kind of see in real time how many weapon pulls I can do then to really be like, okay, this is a good or a bad system, you know what I mean? So at the minute, it's all kind of just a bit of guesswork, honestly. That is the right, what's it, yeah? Yeah, it's a relay power. They look different then. I need like, should be able to get it over here, right? You got 80 meters, haven't you? Let's see. Can you get is this something you can upgrade to get more distance in between your relays? I ain't playing devil's advocate for a gacha game. Oh, yeah, you got it, man. And that's what I say at the end of the day. The gacha games are predatory. You've got to look into the systems and pull them apart where they need to be pulled apart. I just need to interact with the... Because, like, it's complicated, so I can't even just try and work it out off the top of my head, if I'm honest. I need to do it to be like, oh, okay, I've got the real-time experience now, you know what I mean? Will that reach? Nah, that's fair, that's fair. I want to know if I'm getting fucked.
Now we can finally go and use the bridge switch.
But if we just look at the character gacha itself, I'm more than happy with the character gacha, if I'm honest. Honestly, I've got no issues with the character gacha at all. I actually think it's a fair system. But, like, I suppose that's where the weapon system might not be so fair, because if they're going to give you, you know, if they're going to give you a little bit with the left hand, they're going to probably end up slapping you with the right hand, aren't they, really?
Connecting the tower cables took quite a while.
You should see Arknights, so they're good.
The road to the Valley Pass is now open.
Alrighty, let's go.
I love Chen. You are now authorized to access guide systems. Press F8 or hold Alt. Okay, yeah. Guide includes functions such as operational manual, daily tasks, and tactical training. Use it to film your. Okay, so this is okay. This is our dailies. Okay. Use the operator. Somebody asked me about this earlier, actually. I said I might make a video if I'll get to the point where I'm interacting with dailies to see if they're actually decent. Use the operational manual to complete these missions and earn rewards such as operational XP. Complete the current phase to unlock the next phase. Click here to view a daily task. Okay, this shows daily activity tasks that you can complete. Meet the goals to complete them. Okay, so we got standard, log into the game, level up an operator 1 time, level up a weapon 1 time, and assemble gear 1 time. Not too bad at all. You will earn activity points when you complete daily tasks and automatically earn rewards when you have enough activity points. Okay, click here to view training. Tactical training offers a series of training courses. Click here to view basic training. Complete the tactical training stages here to master various combat techniques and improve your combat capabilities. Okay, definitely need to be having a little look at that then. Right, let's go back to the dailies here then. So we've got, I don't know if this is going to be the same every single day. So we got log into the game, level up an operator 1 time, level up a weapon 1 time, assemble gear 1 time, spend 60 sanity points, spend 120 sanity points. I'm assuming sanity points are our stamina, energy, wave plates, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to guess that's the case, right? Defeat 20 enemies, acquire 5 gatherables, perform crafting 1 time, complete algorithmic memories 1 time. I'm assuming algorithmic memories is some kind of, I don't know, I'm thinking, you know, tacit field, whatever. Give 1 gift to 1 operator and complete a daily task 1 time. Okay, so as dailies go, these are fine, actually. These seem like they'll be more, you know, you'll be able to get through these pretty quick, if I'm honest. You got your typical, obviously, spending your stamina. Again, I'm going to assume that's your stamina. Defeating 20 enemies, which you're probably going to do when you're spending your stamina anyway. Acquiring gatherables, crafting. Yeah, I feel like these are probably, you'll be able to get these done in 5-10 minutes or something like that, to guess, I'm going to assume. Okay, let's claim all those then. Nice. Okay, all right, done. And then we've just got these other ones to do as well. So what we got, just these few left to do. Okay, all right, not too bad at all. Doesn't seem bad. Make 4 pieces of great quality gear. Give me that, please. Give me that. Okay. All right, cool. So, yeah, somebody did mention this to me, actually. They were like, what's the dailies like? And I was like, I don't know. I haven't interacted with them. So, there you go. If I upload this one's for you. This is your dailies. Pretty standard affair, really. Spend your stamina, do a task, log into the game, level up an operator 1 time. At least they're not, like, expecting you to do a bunch of levels, which is kind of nice. Yeah, as dailies go, yeah, I've got to say these are on the better side of things in regards to dailies. Now, it's not Zenly Zone 0 level of dailies, because, like, that's one of the best, if you ask me, because it's just literally bang, 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 you're done, really. The longest thing it takes in Zenless is spending your freaking, your stamina, which really doesn't take long at all, actually, either, as well. And then you got this little operation manual as well. Yeah, so, yeah, man. Dailies. Good. Yeah, good little system. Can't complain about that at all, to be fair. Let's have a look at this training system then. So it said, interrupt them all at all costs. Interrupt the enemies before they destroy you with their attack. Okay, so this is just I'm assuming this is just going to be like the skills, yeah. Use your skills to parry enemies. We'll just have a little look at this as well. We won't necessarily worry about going through this right now, but we'll definitely do it. Okay, so max sanity, new gear unlocked, authority level. Okay. Okay, we're leveling up. Let's go. Okay, we're increasing our max sanity as well. Okay. Right then. Enemies enter charging status when casting certain skills. A red circle will appear. This is what I mentioned in the video prior to this, actually, where you do have to be a little bit more conservative in your skill usage. Of course, you want to be using your skills to do damage, but at the same time, if you're fighting bigger enemies, you always kind of want to make sure you've got a skill ready to go because you use them as your parry. So you haven't got a parry system like Wuthering Waves where you can just parry, or like Zenless where you character switching. You use your skill to parry. It's called an interrupt, but it's pretty much a fucking parry. It's like a pre-parry, shall we say? Really, it's not a parry, but you know, it's interrupting big attacks. So to me, it's the same fucking shit. It's just a little bit different, really. Try casting your skill to interrupt the big one. All right.
Contact. High threat hostile. Approach with caution.
I love the designs of these enemies. Good job. Successful interruption. Stops enemy skill casting and deals stagger to it. So, hey, look. I'm just saying. Kind of the same thing, right? Kind of the same thing. If you ask me. You know? It's a parry in all but name, right? I did not dodge that at all. So you like I say, you got to make sure you got a skill ready to go. And this is what I say in regards to like where you have to be a little bit more conservative with your skills in this than you do in something like Wua, where you know your skill usage in Wuthering Waves is more about efficiency to output DPS, where this is more about using your skills as a way to obviously output DPS and create a stagger, but at the same time defend your ass. I don't know if you can we interrupt those like kind of AoE attacks that they do? I don't think you can you? It's just when it's a red ring attack, yeah.
Get crushed.
We're just gonna face tank these attacks because it doesn't really matter.
Worked according to plan.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right, cool. So, yeah, that's... I don't care. It's a parry system, in my opinion. It's technically, it's not, but I'm still calling it a parry system. But yeah, I quite like that. Again, I think that's a cool way to... I suppose it adds a little bit of strategy, because they do call it an action RPG with strategic elements. I guess that kind of is a little bit of strategic element. Of course, I think there's going to be strategic elements brought in regard to like potentially like base defense and all that sort of stuff. You know, I suppose it makes you a little bit more proactive in your skill usage rather than reactive. Rather than, you know, just like trying to put out as much DPS and rotating through all your skills. You're like, I need to make sure I've got something on deck for when this big guy goes supernova kind of thing. Because I was fighting a dude yesterday, and like dude kept picking up the teammates, and if we didn't have a skill, they were getting choke slammed into oblivion, and like he was a few levels higher than us. The dude was wrecking them. Activating QTEs is strategic too. Yeah, there's definitely, again, it's not Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero in that regard, which obviously are skill games, but they're more about mechanical skill. This has mechanical skill, but it's a little bit more... I suppose you could argue it's a thinking man's fighter, you know, without that sounding like condescending. It's not. It's a game. It's a video game in the end. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You get my point. You get my point. You get my point. All right, let's go. Yeah, that's the dailies anyway. I love Chen. I think she might be my favorite looking character. I really like her.
Fiona, I need details on our target location.
Give me a moment. I'm sending you the algorithmic model.
Dude, man, Fiona's got crazy eyes, isn't she? I reckon.
An old
She's got
forward
crazy
base in
eyes.
Valley 4. The Valley Fort is a major waypoint between the hub base and the power plant. There's a large bridge at the fort we can take to reach the ladder. Data logs indicate
Yes, definitely, Rishi. Yeah.
Settlements near the fort, but I
Which
can't verify
I've
if
been
they're still around.
punished a couple of times, really, because I've still got Wuthering Waves brain when it comes to dodging.
You'll have to survey
I'm thinking
the
I've
site
got
on your
like,
own.
you know, I've got way more dodge, dodges in me. And I'm here, like, you know, dodging in my attacks as well, using my stamina and getting fuck all out of him. Because, like, you can consume you can be attacking, you can dodge, use up the stamina, but not get a dodge. But you need to, you know, you need to let your attack finish, don't you, before you can dodge. It's not like, it's not the same in that regard.
Definitely hostile territory.
Where we were, you got a lot more freedom in that regard.
This smells familiar.
Judging by what they did to this place,
give me that.
The occupants were here for quite a while.
You know what, let's rest actually.
Logos all over the place.
Landbreakers would often tear down existing structures to build their crude fortifications.
Oh, does it as well? Does it reset your final blow? I didn't know that.
Oh, this haze is really dark and depressing. And what's that large thing way over there?
A dense tech.
What's a den stack?
Den stacks are structures that mark Bone Crusher territories. The other Landbreaker clans also know them well. Bone Crusher chiefs use these territorial furnaces as symbols of their power. They would melt down everything they can't pillage to leave their brutal mark upon the land. Den stacks can consume almost everything. Bone Crushers would also use the haze to herald their invasion. Their rampage through the frontiers leaves nothing but a trail of smoking ruins in their wake.
This haze better not be poisonous. It's not, right?
Found an energy pipeline here.
Is this game darker than we were?
There should be smaller den stacks nearby to power the central furnace. Destroy them, and we'll put an end to the haze.
The haze is obstructing our path to the fort. Team, we must dispel it first.
How about we find a way to get through the smoke? Or just go around it?
The haze has already spread across a large area. Taking out the smaller den stacks is the best solution to get through this place.
Oh, the Arknights was very dark. It definitely feels like the not the characters themselves, but the surrounding things that are going on do feel a little bit more, you know, like we've rocked up places and there's been fucking dead bodies all over the place, like. The enemies themselves definitely seem, I guess, these Bone Crusher dudes anyway, definitely seem like grittier than like the Fraccidus and stuff.
Should we find ourselves disoriented, a reflective meditation shall reveal the
where are we going
path
then?
to Veritas.
Are we going through there, or are we look around for another path?
This seems like the only trail. Let's take it.
This haze is really...
There's a bridge over there.
Hey, Fiona mentioned there may be people living in this area. Why isn't anyone at home?
Indeed. This feels rather suspicious to me.
Never seen this runt before.
No, bro. No, I'm with you.
Yes, I need to do level 6 on the sentry. I've cleared the fallacy, and I've done all the way up to level 5 on the sentry. I died a couple of times on the sentry, like 3 or 4 times, and I ain't gone back to it yet.
Stop analyzing and do something. They're gonna kill our lead.
I didn't struggle with the fallacy. Level 6 on the sentry. I think it's more just because I haven't played the boss before. So, like, you know, it's catching me off guard a little bit. Oh man, they stringed up the bush bunnies.
Hey, where did he go? That lad sure can run.
We could have bagged the lad easily, but someone rushed out and broke our cover before the rest of the team positioned ourselves for the attack.
Hey, are you talking about...
The circumstances did not give us the luxury of time. We had to act quickly.
Do you think dodge animation cancel is necessary? People complaining, but what people have been saying. This is the NPC I was talking about. Yeah, I've completed Fallacy. I've done up to 5 on the Sentry. I didn't even, the Fallacy didn't feel too much of a problem, personally. The Sentry, I think I had like 3 or 4 attempts. It was like right at the end of a stream. That I went into them first. So like I didn't have much time. Well, yeah, I was struggling with his attack patterns more because I just, you know, it's a total new attack pattern for him. But yeah, he did push my shit in, to be fair.
He's over there.
It's over. Everyone all right?
Job done. Let's head to the next objective.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying about the actual. I was just wondering what people have been saying. Like, have they been seeing it as a real problem? I would like it personally. I suppose, obviously, I think they've designed on purpose because I think they want you to be a little bit more methodical with your skill usage and your dodges. But at the same time, personally, not gonna lie, it's a benefit me because as somebody who, you know, is used to having a little bit more freedom in regards to dodges, I would like to, because you do have to finish and then dodge, and you get caught out, well, at least I do. So I wouldn't mind it. I think it could benefit from it, but I don't know if this is how the, you know, I'm assuming this is the way they want things to be. Just because that's the way they want it to be doesn't mean it's also, you know, exactly what it needs. But yeah, I'd like it, yeah.
Did not, but I found records of important battles fought,
you know, because obviously you take damage that you wouldn't need to take if you did have it.
We should expedite the restoration of our Enfiend's health and memories.
Then I guess, like, I'm thinking, like, you know, is that specifically designed in a way? Because obviously skills and stuff are used to be able to heal. I'm assuming there's going to be enemies that are, I mean, characters that are going to be, like, really beneficial in regards to shields, status and stuff. Like, I don't know. Depends on how things go in the future as well, I guess, in regards to the design of characters and such. But I wouldn't say no to it. I definitely wouldn't say no to it. I think it would only benefit the game personally.
Hey, stop right there.
Because I do find myself getting caught a lot. Yep, there is automated healing. Yeah, so I mean, it feels like they know that's going to be something that's going to be happening. So you've got that automated healing, and then you've got characters as well that have skills that can do it for probably when you're against enemies that are going to burn through your heals via your tacticals. So you're going to need the characters to do that as well. But again, no, this is what betas are for, aren't they? People give this feedback and then they go, actually, you know what? Maybe that's something we need to implement.
This is probably something that everyone dreams of getting.
Because if we did have a dodge cancel, I'd definitely be getting hit a lot less.
You know us?
Because obviously you can consume your dodge stamina as well, and not actually get a dodge out of you.
You are no land breaker.
So not only are you not able to cancel, you come out of it with no stamina if you like me and keep spamming it because you're dumb.
A frigid conclusion. Veritas is with us.
Seize the advantage.
Recursive routine.
Oh, dude, that was, I caught that too late, really?
Here's your chance. Now let's do this together.
Recursive routine.
Save me! I'm hitting the skills, save me!
Deconstructing.
I mean, I'm about to get chokeslammed and they're like...
Crush you all.
See again there, doing the same thing. I was eating up my dodges because I can't help but spam. Because I've got Wuthering Waves brain at the moment.
A bone crusher chief and a demented lunatic. She is notorious for her willingness to commit all sorts of madness. She has broken every single code of every...
Yeah, I know, yeah. I was hoping no one spotted that.
This Nephi is the naughty big bad behind everything, right?
If Neverith masterminded the incidents that struck Valley 4...
Wait. Aw, darn it! All that talk about Nephi distracted us. That dude just escaped again.
Man, it's really warm in my room.
Careful, Enmin. I sense an LB ambush close to us. To keep you safe, I recommend using my incendiary grenades to flush our surroundings with fire.
I was baiting him.
Wait. Please don't. Please don't start
Who? She's
the
the chick with the snowboard on her back, yeah?
I'm right here. I was just walking by, you know? I don't know anything. And I certainly didn't hear anything.
We fought the LBs to save your life, dude. Why did you run away?
Cause this one looks like one of them.
You got good eyes, boy.
There's no need to be afraid, young man. He's not like the others. You'll be safe around him. Do you live in this area? Have you heard anything about Enfield Industries?
Industries? Factory people? You're from the UW. But you don't look like no Wooster to me.
Woosters? Have no fear. The UWST is a friend of ours.
That means you're the good guys. Oh, thank Talos. My name's Karja. Please help me. I gotta save my baby sis. I beg you.
It's all right, young man. Calm down. How's your sister, and what happened here?
Those evil breakers nabbed a ton of our people. The rest of us went into hiding. My baby sis, she's real sick, but we ran out of the UW medication. I sneaked out, tried to find my way over there. They's got this factory on the other side of the bridge.
That path is too dangerous. You'll never make it across with your life.
I know, but Ginny, she can't wait no longer. I can't see her. Can't see her.
Yeah, the Enman's right. We gotta help these people.
Well then, Mr. Karja. Please lead the way. Let's see if we can help your sister and your people.
Oh, you'll do that for me? Oh, that's awesome. Follow me. Our shelter's over there.
I'm taking the rear. Gotta make sure we are not followed.
A definitive outcome achieved through strong teamwork.
The trails here can be difficult to track.
Yeah, our caves and tunnels to the outside are very well hidden. The breaker scum haven't found out about this place yet.
We got an Oathborn sword there. What's that shit?
Time for some exercise.
I am not a problem.
Don't worry.
Yes, that's how it's done.
Have I been standing?
Time for some exercise.
I'm ready.
Tell me about it. My ears are all yours.
Oh, okay. So this is a great sword, Oathborn. What does he scale off?
The others, I'm gonna leave after a while.
My turn to have a...
Tell me about it. My
So he's
ears
scaling
are
off
all yours.
strength, yeah? So this is a will boost. It's not really great for him, is it? What's he got at the minute? Strength boost. This is probably better. Actually, oh, this is gonna be better. Let's put this on him.
Perfected by a true master. I better take a closer look.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to level my guy up, you know. So what you're saying with so what's the deal with parry then? What do you mean? What do you mean in like the normal way that characters interrupt, or does she specifically have like a mechanic that's actually like a proper parry? They got an autistic dad to voice this guy. What, really? Oh, her skill is a parry. Oh. Okay. Interesting. As a shield to temporarily grant massive damage reduction self to nearby operators if attacked during this time from retaliation bash that deals physical damage. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh. Pardon me. Almost like a, I guess it's
Never guessed
a pseudo tank in a
grabbed
sense.
a lot of our people.
I know we're going over there, but
hard to build those towers.
gimme mats, gimme mats. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to level up the panda man, definitely. Arknights attack animations. Which one's
What do you
Arknight?
want to learn today?
So, which enemy mob do I wipe first?
I walk fast. Keep up.
Oh, okay, nice and flashy.
Recursive routine.
Spinning wind!
Scourge of lightning. Shock of thunder. Scourge of lightning. Hit. Ha! Shock of thunder. Yep.
Are you in need of assistance? Calculated meltdown.
Okay, I like that. That's nice. That's actually, let's have a look at some of the character animations. Actually,
Greetings,
over
Administrator.
here, we may as well. We got to have a look at him. Come
If
on.
it isn't my favorite patron.
Okay, all right. I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sold.
You don't mess with the panda.
Okay, I'm sold on Panda. I'm sold on Panda.
Salutations.
Let's have a look at. Okay, she's kind of like a pseudo tank, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, she's like even her animations scream tank, don't they? Well, I quite like her actually.
Greetings,
I quite like
Administrator.
her. We might have to build her up, guys. Alright,
Going on a
we have
mission.
an
I'll try
let's
to
try
work
and
as a
see what
team.
these look like.
Blood of the back.
Weakest out the bunch. Weakest out the bunch.
Going on a mission? I'll follow your orders.
Definitely the weakest out the bunch.
All operators accounted for.
Ready
for the mission.
Oh man, I'm thinking maybe we switch out Ivana, and maybe bring in the snowboard chick. You know? Let's roll with the squad at the minute. I'm thinking we might do that. We might do that. We might bring her in. That defensive posture's nice.
This is the place.
Looks cool as well, actually.
Karja, why did you run off again? Your sister's
This dude's
sick.
ears.
We got breakers crawling all over the place. Your place is by her side, damn it.
Soft. I mean, Mr. Soft.
Who are those people behind you? Oh, you grew some nerves, Karja. You're now bringing every outsider you meet back to our place?
No, Mr. Soft. These are the good guys. And they're here to help. They even destroyed a band of breaker scum, I swear.
They fought the breakers? And you brought them here? Oh, boy. You're gonna lead the breakers to us and they'll take revenge on us.
Karja, has my brother returned?
Jenny! Jenny! I'm
Some of
back.
these almost sound
And I found people who will help us.
Mr. Soth.
Like
We're from
Scandinavian.
Enfield Industries. Karja told us that you might
No,
need
like,
some
I
help.
don't know, like we look like Norwegian or something like.
Well, I'm in charge of this place, and I know you. Some of those UWST people mentioned your company. What is your purpose here?
Come on, no need to get so defensive. We're really the good guys.
I love Chen's design. I really like her design.
Sis, right? Tell us about her
I mean-
illness.
I don't know myself. Mr. Soft might know. He's the educated type. You look like the educated type as well. Would you take a look at her, please?
How are you feeling? Can you tell me where it hurts?
Hi, miss.
Ginny, she told me that the rocks on her body hurt and her belly's hurting too. The pain gets even worse when she tries to eat.
The rocks on her body.
Yes. Surface crystal formations and visceral compression
Oh,
are
okay.
typical symptoms of erypathy. But we still have time. How long has she been without medication?
Well, there's some
Nearly
like kind
2
of
weeks.
crystallization going on her skin.
We used to get our medical supplies from the UWST, but many landbreakers started showing up about a month ago. No one dared to head out no more. And then the raider scum started attacking our place and grabbing our people. The rest of us escaped to this place. We ran out of medication, and Ginny's health turned for the worse.
I have a few Rhodes Island erypathy suppressants. Let's give Ginny a dose. It should alleviate her symptoms.
Actually, that was quick. Oh. Oh, we didn't even give it that. Okay, my bad. She just sat up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I thought I'd lose Ginny forever, but you Enfielders came in and saved her. We both owe you our lives.
It's all right, Karja. There is no permanent cure for erypathy, but regular use of the suppressants will keep most symptoms under control. How is it, Ginny? Feeling better?
My pain isn't as bad anymore. Thank you, miss.
You should also thank your brother, Ginny. Karja risked his life to look for help outside. Your body is still rather weak. Rest well. You'll need it.
Okay. I actually do feel quite sleepy.
Praise Enfield. My baby sis is gonna live.
Repeat in easy terms is basically rock cancer. Yeah, does it actually generate like crystallized formations on them or something?
Apologies, I didn't mean to be so harsh towards you Enfielders. Thank you for saving Ginny's life. I'll do whatever I can to help you out.
You said those landbreakers appeared about a month ago?
Yeah, we thought it was another usual landbreaker raid or supplies run. Whenever the raiders came, we just stayed low and hid for a few days. Them raiders would usually leave after grabbing some of our stuff. But this band of breakers stayed put for more than a month and showed no signs of leaving. In fact, they didn't even raid us during the first 2 weeks.
Now that does sound strange. I guess the Landbreakers paid you a visit after 2 weeks of peace.
That's right. Back then, I would sneak out myself to peek at what the breakers were doing. They hauled plenty of materials from outside to lay the foundations for that giant furnace.
A little visual, like,
I have no idea
glitches like around this dude's ears. I've noticed that on some characters. Need to tidy up some of those things.
Spewed a terrible smoke that spread quickly throughout the place. The breaker scum then started their raids and nabbed a lot of us. They made slaves out of us to make that damn totem bigger.
Yes, think it was like scabs inside and outside the body. Is this something from the Arknights before? I'm guessing this is like part of the lore in general, yeah?
The evil smoke and
So I've never played Arknights, so like a lot of stuff in this game, if it's like
Thankfully, I remember this
previous
well-hidden
reference is still
cave,
new to
so
me.
I brought everyone to this place. Talos still watches over us. Them breakers haven't found us. Yet. People said that those damn raiders occupied our place, built their evil totems right on our homes.
Maybe after these beta, I might play the game just to get an idea of what the crack is about the world.
Now, I couldn't even bring myself to ask, but we...
More for like a lore reference kind of thing than anything.
We have no idea when we could make it back home. Even this shelter isn't safe anymore.
I understand. These are desperate times. Many other areas in Valley 4 have been affected as well.
Oh, dear. This shelter might protect us for now, but once you're gone, it's only a matter of time before the Landbreakers find us. Can you stay and protect us? I know it's too much to ask, but...
We're on an important mission. Staying in this temporary camp won't help us.
But we can't just leave them to their fate.
So why don't we direct them back to the
Perhaps if you
base?
Can bring us to a new, safer place. Oh, we'll be grateful. Every one of us would do whatever
Story made a few videos that are good for watching. Okay, oh really? Okay, maybe we'll do that tomorrow then.
This place is only safe for now. Even if we decide to stay for a while, you'll be defenseless again once we leave. And those Landbreakers will want to pay back.
Wolfguard makes a strong point. Entman, what do you think is the best course of action?
Need to get him to safety, don't we?
I want to be home. That's where I want to be.
Yes. The boy's right. We want to be back in our homes, where we grew up. It's the place of our memories, families, friends.
Escape is never the answer. Fight and retake what's yours.
I'm with Endman. Survival is for the brave and strong.
Yo, that mask's kind of sick on Wolfguard's shoulder, actually.
Mr. Soth, that tunnel is the way back to your home, right?
No. Don't go there. Them breakers have made it into their camp. They're monsters.
There's no need to worry about us. Please, lead the way.
Yeah, leave it to us. Time to make your place breaker-free.
Nice. Nice. Backpack's starting to get a little bit full.
Time for some exercise.
Drinking too much coke, man. Fucking hell.
If it can be dealt with by a sword, just leave it to me. Hope you learned this by now. I got really used to having you by my side in battle, Enman. It's like, I can't imagine what I do in solo operations without you around. My fellow classmates would never believe me if I told them about our teamwork.
And crit up 10%, okay. To manage your cost. Right, cool. We get some copies for that?
I have now caught a glimpse of the challenges you once faced, and finally understood the burdens you once carried.
Filtration protocol affecting enhanced damage boost is increased by another 12%. Okay. Kind of I kind of want to pull on that fucking on her, you know, I'm not gonna lie.
Hi, you called?
What's going on, Administrator?
Man, the model fidelity on the characters in the menus is fucking nice, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know whether to just keep pulling on, you know, on these. Well, that gives us we could do a 10 pull. No, man, I might just carry on pulling on here, I think.
Not a problem. Leave it to me.
Tell me about your strategy.
Not a problem.
Tell me about your strategy.
So what's
Just point the way.
Oh, wait a minute. So wait a minute. So on this 50-50. No, okay. Ignore me. Right, yeah, ignore me. Now, I was going to say on this 50-50, are we likely to get her? No, that's just a rate up on the 5 stars, yeah. All right, cool. Ignore me. I'm talking shit. Yeah, I think I'm going to do I think I'm just going to pull a few on this banner. I'm going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Let's chip away. Let's see if we can get her. Let's keep chipping away. I was thinking that. I was like, wait a minute. It's a 50-50 between a 6-star and a 5-star. Bro, ignore me. I'm done. Nice, I'll take some copies of her. I quite like her, actually. I like the buff. I like the buff and the fact you can turn the buff into an attack. Or a little bomb, shall we say. Let's 4-star again, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you can see what it is when it pops its little boosters off, yeah. Go on, give me a good one. Come on, you don't want to do it now. You want to do it. Give me early. Super early. Oh no. Oh no. So I got 34 more attempts to get to the 50-50 and 74 more attempts to guarantee Leviathan. Right, well, we got Arsenal Exchange, so we're back to 2140. We'll do another roll on the weapons as well, I guess. May as well, right? Have I got anything that I can turn this into? No, just these. Okay, I can get some of them from the dropping some Ethereum off as well, yeah. Think about the situation. UWST is finished. No one can help you except for me. Information about a prisoner. Sure, don't try any letters. Read about this. Precedence, water purification tablets. Do you really think the LBs came here for a picnic? I'll get you some for your gotta pay up front, hard cash only things people dropped. You gotta be joking. They probably incinerated everything I can get you. Okay, somebody's been trying to get somebody to bring some stuff, but they've been rinsing them.
That's them. Be careful. These monstrous scab eaters brought all of their blighted cousins with them.
Monstrous scab eaters.
Bigger than a typical raiding party. They're building more of the smaller dance stacks.
Can we risk a direct engagement?
If we strike quickly enough, we'll be done before they realize what hit them.
All right, let's make that happen.
What do the dudes sound like, Southern Americans.
Deconstructing. You're going nowhere.
Veritas is with us.
Here's your chance.
And a little bit of lag there.
Hey, watch closely.
Yeah, I do think I would like a dodge cancel, actually. Yeah.
Done and dusted.
Again, I think, you know, they want you to be playing the game in that particular way, but I feel like it could improve you. You know, because it's not like you could just abuse the game, because you've only got the 2 dodges anyway, so...
Beautiful home. Look how these scumbags trashed our wonderful place.
Oh, I almost forgot that we were fan creation event is today. What do you mean? What they're specifically doing today? I don't know.
Thing I had.
Oops. Clicked on the Lolco Live podcast by accident. Well, like for all the artwork, was it like like the announcement of a winner or something? Is it?
That is a promise. We can use the AIC factory and its technologies to build an outpost for you. Enfield has plans for raising multiple outposts throughout the frontiers. Yours will be the first field test of our AIC Rapid Outpost Deployment technology. This location seems decent. Sub-PAC Beacon Deployment Application... sent.
Just like that. Just like that. Dude, why does the main character look like a psychopath?
Ooh, what's this? And what's up next to it? Is it a refining unit?
This is a sub-PAC, Chen. This smaller version of the PAC also lets us deploy AIC factory facilities around it. I've applied for an additional refining unit, since we'll need plenty of processed ore to set up our outpost.
Wow, you're always thinking ahead, Perlica. You're so awesome.
I just did what I had to do.
What art is this?
Perlica's VA is doing a good job. It's the mask, right? Makes it look creepy as fuck sometimes. Just smiling behind that mask.
Is this the outpost that you're going to give us?
Yes, it is. This is just our very first step. We've got more to do.
The sub-pack and pack share similar functions. Both can be used as a TP point and automatically supply power points to electric pylons with their core AIC areas.
I made my recon run.
So there's no difference.
The Bone Crushers are building more dance stacks to spread their haze. They won't give up their objectives that easily. There's another trail behind the yield over there. The raiders would probably attack this place from that direction.
But if those landbreakers come here...
We'll give them what they want, a true battle.
Yes. Our next step is to build combat facilities to help the people defend themselves against the landbreakers. These combat facilities can be used to fortify any of our positions along the entire frontier. We'll need some Origo crusts to start constructing.
I thought you need originium ore to make Origo crusts. I don't think we have enough ore.
What? That means we won't be getting any combat facilities. Maybe I should teach them some swordmancy, Perlica?
Don't worry, Jen. Enfield Logistics Technology got that covered. Fellow Enfielders at the hub base have stashed some of our originium ore stockpile into the depot. Our sub-PAC can remotely access this depot to acquire the ore. Let's go and take a look at the output port of our sub-PAC.
Oh, so we can like pull materials from the other one, I guess. You can select an item to move over to the depot at every pack, sub-pack, output port. Click here to select the item. Perlica informed us that the batch of Originium ore has been placed in the pack depot that can be directly taken out to the Techno Protocol. Okay. We have unlocked the basic logistics unit, transport belts. Time to introduce how to use transport belts to create automated production lines. Oh shit. We're going in hard now, right? Observe the sub-pack output port. Notice the arrow pointing outward from the sub-pack. This indicates the materials will be transported out. Okay. Refining unit nearby has inward arrows at this side of its base. These indicate that the input boards can be used to move materials into the facility. Note that the directions of these arrows are fixed. What's the output on the other side? If we connect the transport belt from the sub-pack output port and the refining unit port nearby, we can automatically move Originium ore into the refining unit. Okay. So we have automation now, right? Look at the yellow indicator cones on the ground. Use the mouse to rotate the camera to change the location of the indicator cone to confirm the starting point of the transport belt. Click on the ground to start placing the transport belt. Use move and mouse to rotate the camera to draw out the belt to the desired destination, and click the ground again to place it. Click the ground to start placing the transport belt. Use... Okay, it's ran away from me. An optimal transport line has been drawn on the ground to follow the indicated line to complete the transport belts. Okay. A little bit jank. It's a little bit jank. Oh, the woo live stream is 2 hours from now and I need sleep. I was going to say, I've got to get off to bed myself in a sec. Here we go. We've successfully connected the transport belt. Okay, cool. We're sending out pizza boxes of ore. Okay, so there is an output for that, so we send it back there. Ah, okay, so we're sending out the material, refine it, and then it comes back as the good stuff. We'll put it in the middle, so we've got to send it out the middle, right? No! No, I want it in the middle. No, it's not in the middle, bro. Has to be in the middle. There we go. It's not in the middle? Why is it not in the middle? Is it because it's... Oh, dude, am I going to have to... Oh, fuck you. There we go. Production line is now complete. Use escape. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't connected it. I was like, what? Stop going on that one, but yeah. Okay, click the refining unit to open the refining facility. Details. Facility details panel shows you the current logistics data of the facility. Stuff in, stuff out. Cool. Left side shows the transport. Yeah. The right side shows the original cross. Center shows refining unit. Okay, that's pretty obviously. The right side shows the transport belt. Yeah, self-explanatory. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I like that. See, these are the systems that obviously I know base building isn't unique to this game, but this kind of like I don't know what do we describe this sort of this content? You know, like this satisfactory factorium. Systems crafting, I guess, is quite unique in a sense, especially in like the third 3D action gachas, at least. Anyway, I think it's because you started from the unit itself, so it chose the closest. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I just wanted it to. I just wanted a match. It's going in the middle. I want it coming out the middle, right? I want it coming out the middle. But yeah, guys. I am going to call it there, okay? Because it is 1:45 in the morning, and I am tired. And I want to grind this tomorrow. But I want to be doing it at a reasonable time and not grinding it. Because if I could easily play this for another 4 or 5 hours now. Honestly, I could. And I don't want to be up until the sun comes up again, honestly. So I'm going to get some sleep and I will be back in the morning. Probably get live. I'm going to think, I don't know, normal time that I usually stream, anywhere between 11 a.m. and noon GMT. So like, you know, 11, 12 hours from now, I'll be live and we're going to stream this all day. We're going to get into this. I need to get on Wither as well, man. I need to do some farming on Wuthering Waves as well, actually. So we might do that at some point, but we're going to concentrate on this over the next few days because, of course, we've only got it for I don't know how long we've got it for, but we're going to enjoy it while we've got it. Okay. Still enjoying the game, guys. It's fun. It's fun. It's definitely fun. I like it. I'm really starting to enjoy it. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll have plenty of videos as well, hopefully over the next few days. If you haven't checked out my first impressions as well, guys, it's a pinned comment in the chat. Check it out. I don't know what video I've got to go up tomorrow, though, actually. Maybe we'll look at something we farmed earlier from reactions and just use that. All right. Love your faces. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Guys, if I don't see you over the weekend, have a great weekend as well. All right. I'll catch you all later. Ta-ra.